anything. I'm that Cyclops guy. I'm pretty sure you can figure out why they call me that. Or not. You can find me on all of the socials, including Twitch, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, and YouTube with that_Cyclops_guy. I'm a variety streamer. I play a ton of different games, everything from Tetris to Grand Theft Auto and everything in between.
Let's do this. Hey everyone, Koimiya X here, dad by day, gamer by night, sometimes streamer, aka old man. I give the hot takes here at Garbage In, Garbage Out that nobody has asked for. I am a variety streamer that has been streaming for 13 years now. I've been on every big platform and several small ones that don't exist anymore. If you want the most recent up-to-date information about me, just follow me on Twitter at KoimiyaX. I like to collect autographed Funko Pops, football jerseys, and comics.
What's up, losers? Neo-deth here, and welcome to my graveyard. I'm the third host of Garbage In, Garbage Out. I stream on Twitch and then repost daily on YouTube, so go check those out. Fun little fact about me is I also love Lego. We've been having a blast doing this, communicating with fans, and also talking about gaming and entertainment news from the week.
And we would like to welcome you
to
Garbage In, Garbage Out.
What's up, everybody?
You know, I really think I gotta redo mine because it's not / it's underscore.
You're still hiding in the corner.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but when they see it, on like YouTube and stuff, it doesn't show me as in the.
Okay, that's not.
I guarantee you it does. I'm looking at YouTube.
Anyway,
how am I supposed to fix it?
Move over to the right,
or move yourself to the right.
What?
Wrong right.
Other right.
Well, this is my right. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Now we can see that beautiful eye.
Yeah, we want to see that eye.
Which
anyway,
one?
You got the eye on gaming, right?
So we got another special guest today. I'm really excited about this one. Tori Productions is on the show.
Tori Productions is in the house.
Tori Productions, that's right. So let's just bring him on. There he is.
Welcome.
Hello. Good evening, my people.
So, I know who you are because I've been lurking in your channels for a while, and I've been trying to become more.
How dare you tell the world you've been stalking me for so long?
Oh, it's no secret.
I think that's
But
like you and BB Jess are the ones he just like stalks all throughout the internet.
Now I'm gonna have to go trim the damn bushes, and I ain't gonna say which ones. Good job.
That's right. That's right. I hope you get them all because some of them are getting pretty bad. But well, I mean, I do lurk.
He's been lurking in them.
But for our viewers who don't know who you are, first of all, if you see, I've got the QR code up there in the corner that leads to Tori's dot card. It's kind of like the link tree, but it's got all of his links there, his socials and whatnot. But Tori, if you want to go ahead and give us a brief lowdown on who you are.
Yeah, who are
He's a person.
Good evening. My name is Tori. Yes, it's Tori Productions, but do not confuse me with the dancing company. Call me Tori. I've been doing this for 4 going on 5 years. I started off on Twitch in 2021 while I was active duty serving in the United States Air Force, doing World of Warcraft rated Battlegrounds before moving over to Kick due to certain situations. And I've been streaming on Kick nigh on 3 going on 4 years and started multi-streaming to Twitter or X, back to Twitch to build up that community. And when the new computer gets here, hopefully now at the beginning of August, to YouTube and to what was the other one? Potentially TikTok. Mental health advocate due to situations pertaining to the military, and variety content creator, as you can see down here on what I put, where everybody else has their fancy little links. I have variety content creator because I am the jack of all trades and the master of none. I do weightlifting, I do FPS, I do MMORPG, I do chatting, I do IRL, I do just about everything except my mom. I'm from Alabama around here. So,
Give him enough alcohol. Maybe we'll talk.
Negative. Negative.
That's a hard path, sir. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how many Four Locos you're drinking, buddy, but we don't do that around here. No. So,
I spent some time in Alabama. Trust me. No, I'm just...
I have relatives in Alabama. Trust me. All right, trust me.
Fair enough.
Happily retired.
There you go. I do thank you for coming on. You're number 2 of my 4 streamers that I would love to have on this show. Last week we had Frank IRL on. I don't know if you're familiar with his stuff.
Yes, I know the old man.
Nice. And then I would like to have Ninjato, who is lurking in my chats. I'd like to have him on. And then Pipe Dream, I would love to have BB Jess on. So, but I do appreciate
we're working our way up there.
Yeah. So
ironing out the kinks.
I'm apparently not stalking her enough. So,
Well, if you're ironing out the kinks, I'm going to need you to keep some of those kinks to yourselves because, I mean, listen, some things are legal in some states, but not all states, all right?
It's for different folks, right? So, I commented on our Twitter about your magnificent beard. How long have you been growing that out? That's just
2 days.
So this is the second. This is the second iteration. I started growing the first iteration out while I was being medically retired in Italy. It was a little bit shorter than this when I first shaved it, thanks to a subathon I was doing. Which, unfortunately, after I shaved it, on pain of death, all of my moderators told me if I ever did it again, I would be freaking witch hunted and fried on the pyre. So, I have been growing this one since 2020. I want to say late 2024.
Okay.
So this one's about shy on 2 years, give or take.
Okay. Nice. I was just curious because I mean, everybody says mine grows pretty. Like I shaved a week ago, and this is what I've already got. But I don't think I could ever go epic length like yours.
You don't want to look like Gandalf?
It would drive me crazy.
I might be Baptist, but if you ever read the Bible and you know the story of Jacob and Esau, you would know Esau is a ginger, and they called him the hairiest man on the planet for a reason.
Fair enough.
So do you use products in that to get it all nice and fluffy?
I do use Cremo for showering, and then I have Cremo oil that I put in there, and then beard balm.
Okay.
They don't have Cremo doesn't have a beard balm, but there's a different brand that I use. Things like Everyman Jack that I use to kind of rub it in and get it all nice and comfortable and do what I got to do. So
Gotcha.
And then I have a beard straightener when I need it to just be straight and not disorganized like
Everywhere.
This is my everyday fuck it, I'm here look. All right.
Your beard actually reminds me of this guy that I worked with when I worked at Borders Books. I mean, way back in the day. That should tell you how long ago this was. He had a beard just like yours, but it actually went down to his stomach. And it went down to his stomach. And I'm not kidding. I knew him like that.
He pissed on it one day?
I knew him like that for about a year and a half. And one day I walked in and there was this guy clean shaven. Like everything was gone. And I was like, who the hell's the new guy? And they're like, oh, that's Mark. I'm like, no, it's not. Mark's got a beard down to here. Like, just out of nowhere, he decided to shave it. And when I asked him why, he just said, oh, time for something new. And I was like, okay, well, you could at least tell us so I don't think that you're some new guy. The only way that I knew it was him was when he started talking to me. He had this very distinct voice.
Lol.
Okay.
So I was like, hey, have you met Mark? He's like, I am Mark. Like, no.
So, I mean, I had posted a teaser on Twitter. I've got a list of questions here.
Yeah, I know. And you made sure to blur it to where I couldn't read half of it.
I did that on purpose. So the first one right off the bat was, what made you get into streaming?
Ooh. You got a
We're
trigger
hitting with
warning around
the
here?
heavy questions already.
As long as you got the trigger warnings, because you brought it on yourselves.
You know, I
We
mean,
accept it.
we're on TikTok, so just
We're not on TikTok. I
Oh,
can't
okay.
get that. I can't get that one to roll for some
okay,
reason.
cool.
Well, TikTok's weird. Anyway.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, we've had problems with it.
Actually, neo-deth got banned from TikTok because I said a certain word.
Right.
I got him banned.
Listen, when people tell you to go work the corner, we don't mean the corner of TikTok, all right? You got to wear clothes for that. Gosh, I thought they raised you better. Anyways,
I thought so.
so as I mentioned in the intro, I started while I was active duty. I was stationed in Italy during COVID, basically in ground zero for COVID, outside of China itself.
Right.
And at the time, while I was doing active duty, we got stuck in the house quite often because they wouldn't let us go to work. Because in Italy, you had to have permission from the American commander and the Italian commander to go to work.
Oh, geez.
Otherwise, the Carbonari could arrest you and not give a fuck. So more often than not, we were on different shifts and whatnot, and I was playing World of Warcraft because, it's a time-consuming, monotonous game. And a buddy of mine, I realized that I had been going through some stuff. I had a lot on my plate without diving into personal details.
Right.
And it was to the point where I had no one I could go to talk to. My family at the time, the Air Force, decided to pull a fast one and try to get them in trouble. So they thought I fucking did it. And I was like, no. So we were on a no-talk list for a little while. There was family trouble at the time because somebody got caught cheating.
Oh, geez.
and demanded a divorce right after Christmas while I was still in Korea before I came to Italy. And unfortunately, my sons were the ones that told me. And then I had no friends that were left stationed in Italy where I was because they all got PCS'd. And then my unit didn't give a fuck because, the unit was the unit. They only cared about the work I did. So I had literally no one to vent to. So I started off doing rated battlegrounds, and I was called out. I was given directions and leading 9 other hopeless chaps that had no lives and doing rated content. And a friend of mine, his name is Fart, and at least that's what he goes by on Twitch. He's like, "Hey, you're pretty good at this. You should stream it." And I was like, "What? What's that?" He's like, "Do what I do." I was like, "You expect this ancient computer to do that?" He goes, "Yeah, you can make it work." All right. So Twitch Studio, freaking back when it was still a thing, on top of doing World of Warcraft, I made it work by some strange fucking miracle. Now that computer is sitting over here, not using anymore because it's it's worse. It's worse than the computer I'm on now.
It's a Pentium.
It's a Pentium. It's an E machine.
If this is the stone wheel that I'm currently on, that's the rock that's the other 3/4 of the rock it came from. That's not got shit going on with it.
Gotcha.
So I started streaming. I started doing that. I started building my Twitch following that way. I hit affiliate on Twitch 2 weeks after I started. Had the numbers and everything already done. While I was happy for it, I got immediately told, "Well, fuck you! Not everybody gets it that quick. You shouldn't brag about it." And I'm like, "Well, excuse me. Like, I fucking know what the fuck's going on. I'm doing streaming, just celebrating my wins, But the problem was all of the work stress, the stress I had going on with the personal stuff, all of that started building, and you can't bottle that shit up forever. It has to come out at some point. Mm-hmm. And I got to the point where my stream went from me just gaming and kind of giving directions to me being able to have an outlet to vent and an outlet to talk about what was going on. Because unfortunately, when I bottled it up, it got to the point where when it overpressurized and released, I tried to take my life.
Oh.
And obviously, as you can see, I'm here, so you know how the results of that went. Right. But I needed somebody to talk to outside of the mental health in the military, because there was still that stigma, and I was getting medically retired. This kind of started that snowball effect, and luckily for me, I had enough active duty veterans, people that were affiliated with the military in some way, shape, or form, that were able to be in the chat, go, "Yeah, no, we got your back, be willing to talk to us." And it kind of went from there. Were there a lot of growing pains? Oh, yes. Still are. but we went from being just a gaming stream to kind of building the foundation for what was once called the Wolf Pack back in the day, now to the Valhalla family, building that foundation for that community and it being what it is today.
Okay. Really quick, Ninjato says thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you.
So
I would love to say you're welcome, but my back and my knees and everything in between say, "Fuck that shit!"
I'm glad you're still here. Glad you,
Yes,
definitely weren't able to do it.
Definitely. So, well, okay. So next question then. And then you guys too. Also, if you have any questions, cut me off because I've got a list. But you'd mentioned being the Wolf Pack originally, and then now the Valhalla family. Was there a reason why you went for the Viking branding theme, or was it just something that popped into your head?
When I started, I had a strong affinity for wolves. And anybody who knows anything about wolves, you know that the nature of a wolf is one to build a pack. I mean, wolves are very family and pack oriented, and that the elder always leads from the front to keep the pace, and the alpha is always behind to protect the pack. Right. That is how I've been my entire life. Now, I've been through some shit, and we may or may not get into everything I've been through, but despite everything I've gone through, I always try to look out for those that I care about as much as I can, and I try to.
Your volume kind of went out there.
Hello?
Hello? Now we're good, I think.
Okay.
Now we can't hear at all.
Yep.
I just hear ringing.
Yep. There we go.
Nope, it's not that one of those shows either.
No ASMR stuff.
Yeah.
All right, but we can hear me now?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, because I don't have any notification down here that my stuff went to pot. So, okay, but as I was saying, so when I first started, it was the Wolf Pack because I wanted everybody to have that pack mentality, and we literally had elders and we had alphas and whatnot, and then the culture changed. Now, I've always been a big mythology person. My mythology teacher, or one of the mythology teachers in my high school, was my English teacher. And me and him used to have long conversations, and I was a bookworm, and I loved Greek and Norse mythology. And the particular entity in Norse mythology was Fenrir. Now, if you know anything about Fenrir, you know he was loyal to Tyr to a fault until Odin told Tyr to chain Fenrir because he was scared Fenrir was going to bring around Ragnarok once he heard about the prophecy. And Fenrir still trusted Tyr up to the point that Tyr went to chain Fenrir and then he bit his damn arm off and became pissed. That is me. That is me in a nutshell. I am loyal to a fault until you do something drastic that is unwarranted, and then you done lost me.
You done goofed.
You done fucked up.
You done
messed up, Ron.
So, and unfortunately, the culture is changing where everybody's like, "Oh, you're just a beta," and I didn't want people within my community being offended or whatnot by being called betas and stuff like that. So I did, I took a step back from the mythology. I said, okay, I like the mythology of Fenrir. I love how it incorporates and everything. Let me look into how the Viking lifestyle went, what the Vikings believed. And I mean, y'all can go online and y'all can do your own research, obviously, but the Vikings were very much family oriented as well, but they also had an ethos. They had that code that they lived by.
Right.
And exactly. And that is something that I value as well. So it made sense for me to go, okay, we're going to do this quick little rebrand. It's not going to, we're not changing the name. We're just changing the community style, because I was starting to get a lot of veterans and I was starting to get a lot of people that have been through stuff. And okay, we are all fighters. We're all warriors. We're all battling our own personal fights. We're not out here carrying a freaking M16 going to war, obviously. But we all have our own personal fights, and we're all dealing with it in our own way, but we're not giving up.
We can still hear you, but it sounds like you're Like
It goes muffled every so often. I don't know what's going
What
on.
in the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're good.
And now it's saying YouTube's down. I can't get on
Lookers.
TikTok. We're just having all sorts of fucking problems. It wouldn't be a show without that.
Right? I'm looking into the YouTube right now.
We've kind of discussed that.
He was on my YouTube because he was commenting, and then it looks like it's still up.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I
For now.
clear?
No.
Am I clear? Okay. Well, apparently I had automatically just mic volume checked, so I just unchecked that shit and cranked it all the way up. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Very crackly.
Very crackly.
Yeah, let me turn you down just a bit. There we go.
I can turn myself down.
Yeah, I see why YouTube. Yeah, it looks like YouTube is not.
Man, I'm watching neo-deth's.
No, the
one
Geigo
and-
YouTube. The Geigo
the Geigo.
YouTube is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Anyway,
mine's going, right? Because Looker was there.
Yeah, yours
It's back.
is going.
We
It's
good.
just the guy.
All right.
yeah, no,
he's
it's
got-
just the Geigo. It's just the Geigo one that's not.
Gotcha. We're having all sorts of fun, aren't we?
This is fine.
Everything's
I know,
fine.
Everything's burning around.
Tori just
Right.
doesn't blink and looks frozen. But I mean, there we go. All right. Let's see.
All right. Can we get back on track?
Other questions? Yes.
No,
I've got
not
plenty.
other questions because he was still answering the
Yeah.
and
that's
then cut out. So if you want to continue or shorten,
Where did I lose everybody at? That's the question.
oh, you were talking about honor, and then it kind of faded out there.
So yeah. So long story short, the we pivoted from wolf back to the culture change. Everybody called people betas and so whatnot. Went to the Viking aspect because it was almost the exact same as the wolf pack aspect, where it was very family oriented, but it was also honor based and being there for each other, never leaving anybody behind, and pushing through and keeping your head up. As well as, not worrying about situations, because we all had each other's backs, and that tying in with the concept of Fenrir and the mythology of Fenrir, we were able to push forward with that.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I love getting
It's still cutting out a little bit, but we can tell what you're saying.
Yeah. Can you give me 1 second? Because
Yep.
I told somebody that I was busy. They're like,
Bring this in, please.
Sure.
1 second.
He's got a green screen. I never knew.
What's the green screen? Gotta love
right,
technology,
back-
man. Yay! That was
That
quick.
was fast.
Listen, I might be 36, going on 70, but I can cover ground 92. All right.
Okay.
You're just a pup.
Right.
I've got 10 years on you. You're just a pup.
You have a working spine and 2 knees I can have then?
No.
No.
I got a working spine, but one knee's got both a torn ACL and MCL. So
Well, I'll tell you what. If you've got an L4, L5, and an L5S1 that are in pristine condition, I'll take those along with 2 non-full arthritic knees.
yeah, I can't guarantee the knees.
Body swaps, huh? What you got? You got any muscles? I could use some of those.
Oh, he's got that. I can tell you. He does,
I've got a few of
those. Actually, that leads perfectly into my next question. Neil, are you sure you haven't seen my list here? I was going to say, you do the weightlifting TikTok streams. What do you listen to while weightlifting?
So
Wolfpack.
I actually stopped doing the workout streams on TikTok because 1, the payouts on TikTok are fucking horrendous. 2, the trolls over there are
Fucking horrendous.
also horrendous. So I moved them back to Kick for now. I was doing them on Kick and Twitch, but in order to do that, I gotta buy a freaking Prism subscription, which is
Prison?
Prism. P-R-I-Z-M. It allows you to multi-stream. So, and it gets expensive. But, anyways, there are times where I might listen to either Five Finger Death Punch or Brothers of Metal or Eminem or DMX or what's
Do you ever listen to Wolfpack?
I'm a Barbie girl.
you will never ever hear me listen to that.
Come on. You can't tell me you didn't listen to that in the 90s.
I think we all.
I'm sure
heard
that look
it,
said it all. I'm sure that look said it all.
We all heard it in the 90s, whether we wanted to or not.
Well, yeah, and then it just gets stuck in your damn head.
That's your favorite neo-deth. That's not necessarily his favorite.
I didn't say favorite. I said listen to.
Dude, and neo-deth's got like a whole.
I was
like
singing.
that and
I was
Call Me Maybe.
singing.
Oh yeah, I'll admit it. I have guilty pleasures. No problem.
I was singing country and Disney songs and Darkwing Duck and all the good stuff.
Oh,
there you
what
go.
the heck you were listening to?
Darkwing Duck, yes.
Daring Duck of Mystery, Champion of Right.
So you'd mentioned Prism being an expensive multi-stream. Have you looked into Beam?
Well, you have to think this is for cell phone, not for computer.
Oh.
I can't take my computer into the gym. That'd be a little difficult.
I think Beam
I
has.
mean,
You could.
It's not going to go well in a military gym. You don't play that. Let me put it to you like this: the first day I started live streaming my workouts, I made a mistake of going in at around 2 p.m. when there was a lot of people there.
Oops.
And there's no rule that says you can't stream. It only says don't be obnoxious with the streaming. Like don't be like up in people's faces. You know, doing typical fucking DJ shit. So I was minding my business, just doing my workouts and whatnot, and I do my best to not put anybody within the shot. And then I had one of the front desk people come up and say, "Hey, somebody's complaining that you're filming them." And I'm like, "Who are they?" They're like, "I don't know. They said they were all the way over there at the squat rack, and you were filming them." I'm like, "I've been here the entire time. I haven't moved. Here's the squat rack. Here's where I am. There's about 50 feet between us." And I'm like, "This camera won't zoom all the way up there unless I purposely zooming out there." And I went back and showed him the entire film. He's like, "Yeah, you're not filming them," but he came and complained about it. I was like, did he come and bitch because he thought he was in the fucking shot? He goes, "Well, it's
Probably.
she," and yes. And I was like, "Did you tell him to come talk to me?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Well, I'm just going to keep on doing this." I ended up moving my time from that time to like 9, 10 o'clock at night when the gym's about to close because there ain't hardly a soul in the gym at that point.
Right.
Then I just kept streaming from there. So, but with Prism, like at the time it was kind of expensive. I don't know what it is now because when I was doing it was like $40, maybe. But let's see, I'll tell you here in a second. But with Prism, the chats are all built in, so I don't have to download another. I don't have. It used to not be built in, but they updated it to where now all the chats are built in. So as long as I have all of my outputs put in properly for Kick and Twitch and everything, the chats will come up on their own. I don't have to do anything fancy. All I have to do is just put in the link for my alerts through either Botrix or through Botrix mainly because Lumia doesn't work away from your computer.
Right.
And subscribe to Plus. Well, it's $9.99. Okay, I take this back. It's $9.99 monthly. It's $79.99 annual, so it's not as expensive as I thought it was. But you have to have Prism Plus in order to be able to use a multi-stream and all the other features like the chats
Gotcha.
and whatnot. So, but it ran out at the time, so I was like, okay, well, you know. But so I just started
You
doing
just sounded
it.
like Donald Duck there for a second.
I don't know if it's his mic or if he was doing that on purpose.
I think it was the mic.
I'm
Nope, not the mic.
Oh, it was you. Okay.
I was going to say, I know he does a lot of different voices, so sometimes I can't tell if it's the mic or if it's just him. All right. Let's see. Going over my.
I just had a question. So you do these, you do a lot of these, workout streams. Do you ever? I haven't seen them. So do you ever kind of explain what you're doing, how it builds like a core or any of that kind of stuff, or is it just more
I
like,
always
hey,
explain.
this is what we're doing?
I always explain what I'm doing. I explain what area I'm working out, and I try to educate myself of what professional bodybuilders or professional nutritionists do. And I always have a disclaimer that I am not a physical therapist or nor am I a licensed physical, trainer. But I always educate myself of what other people are doing, and I see what they're doing. Then I will test it out on my stream and show what it was I learned. Kind of because not everybody follows the same people, right? So it's one of those things where I'll do that, and then I'll work out what I need to work out, but I also make it clear, hey, I'm doing specific sets, specific time frames, and this is why. And fun fact, what a lot of people think is you have to do you have to do crunches and whatnot to build up your core. You don't necessarily have to do that if you're just trying to trim your core down. If you engage your core with every workout that you're doing as far as your breathing mechanisms, so if you're inhaling as you're bringing the weight down and then exhaling as you're pushing the weight up and you're tightening that core, you're actually activating your core and working your core just like you would be if you were doing crunches. So you don't have to go do crunches every day to get a six pack, as long as you're activating your core. Now, if you want to trim up the obliques and whatnot, then yeah, you can do the planks and you can do the ab rollouts and all that other fancy stuff. But as long as you're tightening your core and you're activating that core, you're still going to get a core workout. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. That's something I try to explain. And I went, from 220 when I first started at the beginning of the year down to 215. And then, unfortunately, when I took a break because I started getting sick, I went back up to 220. So we're going to be back at the gym starting tomorrow. Even though this week's going to be one hectic week because we go down to GCX at the end of the week.
Right.
And then it's we got GCX on Thursday. We got Epic Universe Thursday, GCX Friday, and then we're going to be on a cruise boat Saturday all the way up to the 2nd. So we're still going to be working out, but it's going to be chaos up to that point. So
sounds that way.
Back in there trying to stream and do everything else.
Right. So what do you find like brings more of an audience in? Is it like your workout streams? Is it your IRL streams? Is it your podcast streams? Is it your gaming streams? What do you feel like brings more people or gets more engagement?
The just chatting streams normally bring in more engagement depending on what the subject's about. Unfortunately, the reality of the world is drama is what brings in views. So if you have some tea to spill, you're always going to have the nosy motherfuckers come in to figure out who you're talking shit about. I used to be very big on that because I had a lot of tea to spill until I just decided not to. I just decided that the stress and the headache and the toxicity of that environment just wasn't worth my health or my mental well-being. So I backed away from it. So after that, I decided to more or less focus on gaming and just being entertaining in the gaming department, which is why we have a Tory After Dark time, which is usually after 6 p.m., where it's basically we go from trying to keep it PG-13 to just full-blown rated R+. Like, at that point, all bets are off. Shit's going to get said. People are going to roast each other. There's going to be some adult language that's used, and it's...
Adult language. How dare you?
What is that?
We try and keep this show fucking clean.
Sir, this is not Chick-fil-A. All right, I'm gonna need you to go around. I'm gonna need you to go to the other restaurant called Cookout because that's where all the roastings happen. Okay, we'll meet you over there. But even then, those people tend to have fun as well in those because it just gives people a chance to come in and just let loose, have fun, and not have to worry about being judgmental in that aspect. So it went from drama to just chatting and gaming, and the thing is like it's the entertainment value. Like I play, like due to the shitty computer that I have at the moment, I'm kind of relegated to playing either Warzone at on a 1070 GPU with 25 FPS and trying to make something of that work, or playing World of Warcraft Hardcore, which is a very niche game. You don't see a whole lot of people playing that mode.
Not anymore.
And we've been averaging 20 to 30 viewers most days on that, and it's just because of the fact that we're conversating with the viewers, we're conversating with those who are chatting, and being entertaining, not just sitting there just going, yeah, let me go behind this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go over here, and just being like, you don't want a paint on a wall drying to be funnier
Right.
than the guy on your TV screen.
We
Right.
got one of your viewers in here right now saying, "Spill the tea." It's lattes.
Yes, acrolates or lattes.
Yes.
He is one of my moderators. He is one of the few. So, fun fact: all of my female moderators are like 5'4" and below, and hornier than shit, and all the men are like fucking 5'11" plus, and full of themselves. So it's one of those things where
It's a thirst trap.
It's a death sentence no matter where you go. You're either gonna get your ankles bit or you're gonna be looking up at the fucking clouds trying to have a conversation. It's one of the two. So,
Well,
Lattes has been with me for what, 2 years now. He's been around a long time, and we're brothers. So he doesn't. I want to pick him up and throw him into the fucking ground to beat some common sense into him sometimes with some of the shit he does, but. He's a good dude. He's got a good heart. So,
Also,
common sense? What's that? I mean, I've never heard of common sense.
We got Slayer in. Thank you, Slayer, for joining us.
If you step out of the United States of America and you go anywhere else, well,
They're
outside of
smarter
Europe
than
too,
us.
you might not want to go to Europe. That's questionable. But if you go anywhere else, you might find some. I heard Antarctica is a good place to go.
You mentioned the drama and everything. That actually segues into one of my other questions.
Like we set this up or something.
Right? I mean, did you read my list? No, but
He couldn't.
This is kind of a two for. How do you feel about like mentoring other streamers or things like that, because quite honestly, I've taken a couple of tips that you've given out on your different chats and stuff like that, and I've been trying to run with them, but then like one of my questions was, you'll comment on certain things on Twitter, like you'll quote somebody and your comments always make complete 100% fucking sense, but how do you like stay out of the drama otherwise? Because it's like I've noticed nobody ever seems to mess with you.
Have you seen him? Does anybody want to mess with him?
I mean, now, to be fair, I don't like. I'll read your comment, but I won't go in and read all of the other comments. So maybe people are talking shit to you, and I just don't know it. But
so let me start on the first bullet of that question. Would I have a problem mentoring other streamers? I have. I've done it in private.
Okay.
I don't find a need to come out here and broadcast to the world, hey, I just spoke to so-and-so, and here's what I told them, unless it's something that I feel like everybody should know.
Right.
There are certain situations where I will share a blurb from the message without sharing the name, and I'll post it. And instead of saying who it was, because I don't want to put them on blast, because sometimes people take that shit offensive.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you put my name out there. I don't want people knowing that I'm talking. You're like, okay, cool. But I'll take that and I'll put it out there for everybody else to read. What that does is it allows others to kind of throw their input and say, yeah, you know what? I agree with this, or no, I don't agree with this. And then you get to see the other side of the aspects. Have people fucked with me before? Oh, yes. I just blocked their ass. Like I said, I did the drama thing for a while, and I stepped in and tried to protect and try to defend certain drama creators that they live and breathe drama. They love to shit on people, and they have nothing better to do. And I eventually stepped away because of it, because the last time I stepped in it, that individual called my daughter an accident and then tried to fucking threaten my VA disability by threatening to call them and say that I was committing fraud by going to the gym.
Oof.
And unfortunately, the person who mediated that is no longer involved with streaming or anything at all because of the fact that of the shit-tacular personality of this individual. So, yeah, I blocked them all, and there are times that their shit will pop up on my feed from people reposting what they're posting, and I'll look at it because fun fact, you could see, even if you block them, you can still pull it up and see what they said.
Right.
And I'll comment, and I'll make my own post without tagging them, because what people fail to understand is when you tag somebody, you're giving them more clout. You're giving them more airtime.
Right.
You can comment on a situation, or you could post about a situation without naming the individual and get that engagement, get that interaction to get people thinking without even mentioning the person and giving them more airtime and giving them more visibility, if you will.
And some of them, like if
Go
you
ahead.
were to do that, you know, and some of them, like, I'll see some of your posts and I'll be like, oh, I know exactly who he's talking about, you know, so you don't even have to say names sometimes.
Well, yeah, there are times where people are like, oh, God, here we go. I know exactly who he's talking about. But, again, I don't name it. And Latte's just put in the kick chat, I would rather name the name of the shenanigans. But they want that. That's what they want. They want you to freaking call them out. They want you, because once they start getting in that twatter war for you, and yes, twatter, because twatter is full of twats. once they start getting into that twatter war, they're getting engagement. They're getting content. They're getting what they want out of it. And I could burn everybody to the ground, but I have to think. I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Do I want to waste my energy fighting some nincompoop that clearly has a freaking crisis, a middle-aged life crisis?
Right.
Or do I want to save my energy for the little ones? You know,
exactly.
Some things are better to be said. Like, say what you're going to say, but instead of giving energy to these individuals, I'm about calling them something else.
Oh, you can say it here.
Yeah, feel free.
Instead of giving the rats the fucking run of the ship, I want to put that to better use, because I've been stressed out for years and years thanks to the military. I like to enjoy my downtime, especially going on year 5. When I was first starting streaming, I would go off the deep end on anyone and everyone that fucked me over. Now it's just like, okay, clearly you need some help. I can't give you the help you need. Only a tranquilizer can do that. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to comment on this to get people to understand, hey, this is not what you should do. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. And some people call that subtweeting. And you know what? Some things should be subtweeted, because I'm not going to sit here and just tag every single motherfucker, because I'd be sitting here tagging about half the world, and I ain't got time for that.
Latte says your beard needs some help.
You know what's funny is, like, you're talking about Twitter like that, and when I was in college, I was taking some courses. There was a business teacher who actually said, you know, Facebook is for the kids and Twitter is for the smarter individual. Of course, that's back before Elon Musk got his hands on it. You know,
no, Twitter was dumb before Elon bought it. Don't even.
Yeah,
this was like back in way before, you know. So it was like, that's back when like a lot of business professionals used it, and now everybody's using it. So it's like it became Facebook Part 2.
Also, lattes. My beard didn't need help when I had to go reach into my money book to help you out, so I don't want to hear shit, sir. I will air out to this whole chat room why I had to help you out. Don't.
So I had seen your post talking, you know, because people have been complaining about Kick doing their browser-based streaming, and I had seen your response to that. What do you think about are you aware about their change about 720p streaming for people who are like small streamers, and what's your thoughts on that?
Oh, this is a hot take. Everybody's familiar with the word entitlement, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we live in an era now where people don't want to work for everything that they do. People don't want to work for rewards for the hard work that they put in. They want whatever everybody else has, regardless of how much effort they put in. So I had a conversation with a moderator of mine because he didn't understand why everybody couldn't just run at 1080. And I said, listen, Twitch has been running everybody at 1080, and they're in the red by leaps and bounds. They are so damn broke that fucking Lindsay Lohan's not going to go to them for a fucking handout anymore to get a bag of dope. All right, let's just be honest. That's not happening. Even though she's reformed now. All right, so don't sue me. They're
She
so
sued
broke
Grand
now.
Theft Auto. You think you got a chance?
They're so broke, and yet they're still burying themselves further in the hole. Now they have the new AI shit coming out to be able to clip things just automatically whenever that's come out.
Yep, I saw that.
Twitch doesn't care. They're just doing whatever, and it's not helping them make money. Kick is 3 to 4 years in. They are starting to realize this shit's fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you cut costs while still trying to provide a quality, decent product that people will be interested in?
Mm-hmm.
Well, ads are coming in. We know ad revenue is going to be a thing. We're starting to die. The people's KPP who have been janking the system are starting to get their fucking money fucking revoked from $1 an hour to maybe 50 cents on the hour. If they're lucky, depending on how fraudulent they've been, which in my opinion, good for them because at least you ain't going to jail.
Right.
Right.
Now we have the 720p thing, and everybody's like, "Oh well, everybody should be able to stream at 1080." But let me ask you a question: how many streamers do you know that cater to 4 to 5 viewers a day and don't grow and don't actively try to grow? How many of those do you know that I've been out here like, yeah, no, I deserve everything that guy at 50 viewers has. I deserve everything that 75 viewers has.
Too many viewers.
I deserve to be paid. I remember when Trainwrecks announced that KPP was first coming in, that everybody was going to have a chance to possibly get paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
There were people that catered to one damn viewer going, oh, yeah, I'm going to get paid hourly for this. And that goes back to that word entitlement.
Yep.
Kick is in the mindset, and this is my thought process. Kick is in the mindset that they don't want people who are just doing this casually.
Right.
Not to say that there's anything wrong with doing this casually. Let me make that clear. But Kick is looking for the men and women who are trying to make something of this, that are trying to push past going from casually into possibly professionally or full-time, and trying to bring in viewers and trying to promote themselves and actually being serious about it.
Right.
So, how do you do that? Okay, 720 is not a bad quality. There are times where my stream goes from 1080 to 720.
Right.
And originally, I thought it was partners only that were getting the 1080 quality, and then I found out, no, it's verified and above they get the 1080. And I had to fight for my verification because Kick got botted on their front page when I was on there playing World of Warcraft Hardcore, and we jumped to 4.4 million fucking viewers. We jumped over XQC, which was fucking rare. We're like, what the shit is this? And it's because their front page got botted. And guess what they didn't do? They didn't change my my numbers. They didn't change my metrics back to what it was. They left them there for damn near a month. And I kept asking, hey, can you reset this? Can you put it back to where it was? Can you do this? Can you do this? Nothing. No answer. No nothing. Had to go to Twitter. Fucking fucking asked him to fucking do it there. Got called out for it. Got called. I was bitching and moaning. I'm like, well, if you're pushing for verification, you would not be happy either that your metrics aren't fucking accurate.
Right.
Unless you, and it's like, and then I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna send I'm gonna send in a verification application, and I sent in 3. The first 2 were denied. The third time I said, look, if you deny me, at least fix my damn metrics so I know what I need to work on. If you accept me, cool.
Right.
But please, for the love of all that is good and holy, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, they fucking accepted me. And I was like, oh, shit. And it only took 4 weeks, right? So my thing is, when it comes to people wanting 1080p, okay, cool. But Kick has to save money. Kick is a business, and people tend to forget that these platforms are businesses at the end of the day. They're here to make money. They're here supposed to be making revenue. in order to keep the damn platforms open. When you read the terms of service, we have the luxury of being able to stream on said platforms at no cost to us. But it comes out in the 95-5 for Kick, or it comes out in the 50-50 to Twitch. They take that percentage to keep the fucking platforms running. And they know they're running on an L. They know that they're running on a loss. So how do they be able to do it without screwing over the creators? And that's something that a lot of people don't seem to understand. When Twitch came out with their Twitch studio, guess what? That shit was ass. That's why they closed it down, because if you lost service, you would still be looking like you're recording, but you wouldn't record shit. It would still say you're live, and you wouldn't be live. How do I know? Because it did it to me. I was live for 3 hours doing a weightlifting stream. I go back in there 30 minutes for fucking live. That's it. And I was like, what the absolute dog shit is this?
Right.
And then you have TikTok, which when you do TikTok Studio, it preferences those who are using the studio over OBS and Meld. If you're on OBS and Meld, you're not going to get pushed. If you're on TikTok Studio, you're going to get pushed. It's all about the algorithm on them.
Yep.
And even then, TikTok's pay rate, they're focusing more about the shop than they are actual paying creators. You're lucky if someone fucking does a $20 gift, you're lucky if you get 2 of that. Because all of the rest of that money is going to the freaking shop for discounts and shit. So it's like people are turning a blind eye to all the other platforms and all the other shenanigans and focusing on this one thing because of the fact that they don't understand that people have to, like, platforms will go under at some point if they're not profitable.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a few go under.
He's closed a few out.
And my thing is like, if you're not going to put in the effort to try to grow and you're doing this casually, there is nothing wrong with running at 720. You can still get a damn good quality stream at 720. I have published shorts at 720 and still have been able to hit some decent numbers. Like, you have to be able to grow and you have to be wanting to grow. You should be wanting to grow because verification on Kick's only 50 viewers. And sometimes if you're slightly below 50, but your community is like active as shit, they'll still fucking accept you. As long as you have that engaging community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which thankfully I'm blessed with. You know, despite lattes, because lattes is questionable.
I think the biggest problem though is like so many people try to get noticed and they do this like continually, and then they just get burnt out because I mean it just seems like it can be so slow growing, but then at the same time, once you hit it, you know. If that makes sense.
But that's the thing. When I first started on Kick, people were tagging the fucking CEO and staff members left, right, front, and center trying to get noticed, which do you, but guess what? You're gonna hate your life when you realize they're not coming.
Right.
Then you had people that were following the cheap routes. Follow for follow, support for support, which there were
that
groups
never
out the
works.
wazoo for that. Oh, it worked for some people. But then that group got found out, and that group ended up disappearing very quickly. People started leaving it because not only was it found out, but people were getting toxic within it. Mm-hmm. Then you had the people that were doing that have the twatter groups for support, and they run around and just raid each other until they meet the metrics, and then it doesn't help when the platform also decides to bring in like front page programs and stuff like that, which while it generates creativity to a certain degree. Now you're also dealing with the platform immediately handing them things to be on front page, and then when they get on front page and they get handed that verification or that partnership and their numbers go right back down into the toilet, the mental goes.
Right.
There's always a catch for anything that happens. The only time you're going to be able to grow without having that catch is if you put the work in. If you put the work in and you understand, hey, this can go at any time. Because streaming is not going to be a consistent. You're not going to always have 50 viewers. You're not always going to have 100 viewers. You can be up in the summer when nobody's working, down in the school year when everybody's busting their ass. Like it fluctuates, like the stock market almost.
See, and that kind of segues into some of the advice that I had taken from you in one of your streams, where, because you had said, you know, the one time about the people that are like, oh, well, I work a full-time job. I have a family. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. And you were talking all about time management. Because because I mean, I'll freely admit I was one of those people that's like, oh, I got a family, I work full time, I work third shifts. You know, it's a pain in the ass for me to stream and yada yada. So that's what I'm trying to work on, is that time management that you had mentioned in your stream. But
I was active duty military streaming
Yeah.
on Twitch,
yeah,
averaging 20 to 40 viewers on Twitch. I would go work a 12-hour shift in phase dock, come home by myself, do all the stuff that I needed to do, and then still stream.
yeah,
And I would stream. I would stream 3 to 4 hours, and then I would log off. I was up for about 16 hours a day, and then I would get my sleep in, and then I would go back to work.
so
And when I knew that my schedule changed, then I would change my fucking streaming schedule. Was I
Right.
working midnight? Okay, I'm working what we call the graveyard shift, or
Mhm.
mids in the military. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to stream during this point, or I'm going to stream before I go to work, and then I'll get ready and then go to work after the fact. Like, you have to be willing to be flexible with the schedule, with your IRL schedule if you're working a 9 to 5, and then figure out, okay, what makes sense for me to fucking stream? Do I want to stream during the day, or do I want to stream after I get home from work? What do I want to do? But a lot of people don't want to bend. They don't want to be flexible. They don't want to adjust or adapt to meet what they want to do. They just want shit to fucking work out the way they want it to work out, and all else be damned, it's everybody else's problem when it doesn't work out like that.
right.
You can't do
So that actually kind of segues into my next question: is what is the best advice that you have ever received for streaming, and what is the best advice you could give for a new streamer?
Run away!
This was brought up actually this week because it was also brought up in Streamer U. Don't stream every day. You do not have to stream every day to cater an audience, because when you start streaming every day, your audience expects you to be there every day. When you stream at certain points and you make it clear, okay, I'm streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, your audience knows to expect you Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're not burning yourself out. You're there for you're there for the slots that you say you're going to be there, and if something else pops up, like a podcast or a convention that you're streaming on, then you can adjust and be flexible those days. But the problem is when you stream every day and then you don't show up, when everybody's wondering, okay, what happened? What the
Right.
fuck? Did you stop? Like, what's going on? And if you burn yourself out, or you have a mental collapse, and you don't show up for days, well, they just move on to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened to
You're
me.
And when you come back, you have to start back from ground zero again. You got to build yourself back up, because people are expecting you to be there live every day if you put yourself in that position every day. Now,
I
for
think
me,
that can be said for all content, like YouTube, all of it. If you just go
absolutely.
away. Yeah, it's just not just streaming, because, yeah, I definitely feel all of it.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. With me, because I'm medically retired and I've got nothing better to do, I have the mindset of, okay, if I'm going to play a game today, I'm going to go ahead and just fire up the stream. I don't have a set schedule, because with the way my mental health is, I don't know when I'm going to be feeling great, and I don't know when I'm going to be feeling like shit. So it's like, I don't have a set schedule, because if I can stream, I like to stream. I like to be here with my people. But if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're already tired as fuck and you're still trying to fucking stream, you need to be able to determine, okay, this is the days I'm going to do this. And it doesn't make sense to do the stream every single day, and yet some people try to. Schedule that shit out accordingly.
I did that, especially when I first started. I was like, I got to be here every day, and
Yeah.
that lasted about 2 weeks, and it was like, nope. You know?
I went about a full year and then burned myself out. I haven't gotten on quite a bit because of that.
Okay.
So we're all learning, like, okay, we screwed up really bad.
We made a boo boo.
And as for new creators, promote yourself. I treat Twitter like it's the newspaper of the 21st century, because let's be
It
honest,
kind of is.
there ain't a damn person that's going to go to the fucking gas station and put in a quarter to pick up a newspaper, a legitimate newspaper, and go, oh hey, they're streaming in fucking Twitch today. Like, you're not going to fucking do that, obviously. So how do you promote yourself, right? Twitter. Announce your events on Twitter. Announce what you're doing. Some people, they just hit, all right, I'm going live. See you in chat. Okay, what the fuck are you doing? Are you talking? Are you playing? What game are you playing? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to do a speed run? Are you fucking collabing with somebody? Like, what the fuck are you doing? If nobody knows what you're doing, they're not going to show up, because what you're doing may not interest them unless they know you as a person. So Twitter, announce what you're doing. Announce what time you're going live. Announce what channels you're going to be on. Don't put the links in the fucking chat. Don't put the links in the fucking thing, because Twitter, in its infinite fucking wisdom, and I say that very sarcastically, will fucking reduce your fucking rate in your connectivity if you start putting links in there. So
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Put a little fucking, either go to Canva and make yourself a little fucking photo that has your links and it has a little photo of you or something. Do that to bypass that or whatever, but do not put your links in there. Then
Okay,
you go
maybe
on the
that's
rest-
my big problem there, because I put it on Twitter all the time, and then when I go in, it's like, I had a reach of like 12 people, 14 people, 20 people, and like none of them came.
Well, that's going to happen if you're starting off or you're trying to build, right? That's going to happen. But here's the other thing: don't just stop at Twitter. Go on Instagram. You've got a note section there. Use it. Fucking post if you've got a fucking collab. Post your fucking poster on Instagram. Post it on fucking TikTok. You've got a note section there. Guess what? They won't ban you if you use your note section and say, "Hey, I'm going live over on this platform."
Unlike TikTok, which is like you got to say the purple app, the red app.
Well, if you post a fucking picture of it, guess what? You don't have to say shit. It's there on the fucking picture. You didn't say it. It's just on the picture. But you got Instagram,
I've noticed
TikTok,
that.
You've got, and the thing is that your Instagram will go to your Facebook if you want people looking at your Facebook. Me, I like to keep my Facebook private, which is why I'm building a creator page, but that's going to take a little bit because fuck technology. And then when you post shorts, like post them to fucking YouTube, post them on fucking, if you use the club app, post them on the club app, since it's new, if you got approved. Like, post your shit to as many places as you can go, because those places, I've had people from TikTok come over to Kick. I've had people from Twitch make Kick accounts because of the fact that they're like, oh, well, the fucking Kick chat's popping. They're being fucking degenerates in there. I want in on this. And they'll make a fucking Kick account and fucking come in and hop in on it too. And then when you go live, if you can, put your chat with all of your platforms up on the screen. That way they could see where the activity is. Now, for people that don't really have much of a community built, yeah, it might sting the first little while, but that's the incentive, is to build that community. And how do you build it? You let people see the chat. You let people see that interaction. Because I can't begin to tell you how many people who claim to be established, I have gone into their chat to try to have an interaction with them, and they don't say a damn word for the first 30 minutes.
I've seen that.
And I will be trying my damnedest. And it's like Stevie Wonder's playing fucking Arc Raiders. Yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and do this, man. We're having a great time. Yeah. And they're talking to themselves, and they have somebody in chat trying to talk to them, and it's just blatant ignore. And I don't think they mean to be disrespectful by it, but it's what they're used to because they don't expect it. You have to be paying attention to your chat. If you don't pay attention to your chat, you're going to lose people because they're going to be like, all right, well, he's not saying anything I'm saying. I'm out.
Right.
Now, I'm not telling you to give the trolls attention because obviously that's not going to work in your damn favor, right?
Right.
But the people who are genuine viewers, who are trying to strike a conversation, who are trying to engage with you, trying to figure out who you are, because people can sniff a fake.
Right.
People can figure out who's being fake and who's not being real with them. That's why we keep a policy. What you get on camera with me is what you get off camera with me. And that's how, and the other thing is if you can go to a con and you can reinforce that idea, that's the best thing you can do. Because then people will see, okay, this dude's genuine. This dude's who he says he is.
Yeah.
I like this dude. I'm going to do things with this dude.
Now, would you recommend to a new streamer, like, multi-stream to as many platforms as possible, or focus on a few and then branch out, or?
I would focus on the big ones first. And I'm again, hot button topic, right? Because I know there's Beam, I know there's VP Zone, I know there's fucking a whole bunch of other shit. The Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok. If you want to do Rumble, you can do Rumble. But the four I mentioned prior are going to be your go-tos. Those are going to be the ones that you want to start building. Twitch, because as stupid as they are, guess what? They have drops for most of the games they play. They already have. They've been around for 20 plus years. A lot of people are still going to go to them despite some of the dumbass decisions they make.
Right.
Start building your community there. Then, for Kick, if you need money and you can convince people to start going over to Kick and making Kick accounts once they start following you on Twitch or whatnot, that's where your fucking money revenue is going to start coming from. YouTube, If you can publish good YouTube shorts and you can do long form content and get the hang of it, that's where you'll start pulling people off of YouTube and starting to get those. And you can actually get more traction if you do vertical form through YouTube short. If you do vertical form on shorts, you're going to wind up with more views there than you will long form doing a regular stream, because your regular stream will go through the shorts in vertical form, and people have the attention span of a fucking squirrel. So they're going to be in the short section, and then they're going to pull up your stream and be like, oh, what the fuck's going on here? And then they're going to hang around, and then they're going to follow, and they're going to be like, all right, well, oh, you're live over here on all this other shit? All right, fine, fuck it. Let's go see what's going on over here. And it's just generating and building that community up. Now, I'm going to say this. I do my best to not be political.
Same.
I know there's people that love politics.
Yep.
Twitch is the Democrats, Rumble's the Republicans, and Kick's the idiotic independent that can't figure out what it wants to be.
That's
YouTube,
That's
YouTube,
a good way to say it.
Okay.
and YouTube's the Chinese. They just censor everybody. But the problem with being political is unless you plan on making politics your brand, it is not a healthy way to grow. And if you plan on making politics your brand, then then that's going to put you in one or two spots, and that's going to be the only way you grow.
Yeah.
That's why I don't stream on Rumble, because when I looked at the stuff on Rumble, one, they had a thing for tracking your political donations, which I think is
It
That's a
doesn't seem
little bit of
legal.
an invasion of privacy, in my opinion.
I'm like, excuse me.
Just a tad.
So I was like, no. And then just looking at gaming and the political side, gaming, there's not a lot of traction there. Everything
No.
is 90% political, 10% gaming, and then the gaming aspect, 5% of that is Doc.
hmm
And he does, like, he shares his community. He hosts out every now and then, but nobody else very rarely does. There's a small sect of people that will try to host out or whatnot to help others. And now there's another sect of people that do it just to be fucking clout farming to make it look like they're the good guys. But you have to be careful with that, because that could be support for support.
Yeah,
And it's
I've
and
heard
it's
your
like-
your thoughts on that on a couple of
and-
Tory
and-
After Darks.
and it's like, don't put yourself on a platform that's already not giving you the tools to be able to grow because of what it's predominantly set for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to be willing to step outside of the box and go, okay, I see what's going on here. This is not something I can utilize. I don't plan on making this my main source of content. Let me try other stuff first. When you start being successful on the other stuff, if you feel like trying your hand in that, cool, couldn't hurt. But you never want to put your eggs all in one basket either. Because I know some people that tried being all Twitch, or tried being all Rumble, or tried being all Kick. They all multi-stream now, except for
Yeah.
the few that are, except for the ones that are all Rumble. Yeah, they're not doing so hot.
I mean, it also
Yeah,
probably
I
helped that Twitch kind of went a little more lax on the multi-streaming aspect, and like for the longest time, it was like, no, you can't do that. Then it was like, okay, you can do that, but you can only show Twitch chat, and then it was like,
Because Twitch had this philosophy that they were king of the hill and that nobody could touch them, until the other platforms like, okay, that's the game you want to play. And then they started coming up with rules and regs that actually benefited people streaming on their platforms, and then it started affecting Twitch. And I told you, every platform's a business. Got to keep
Yep.
money in, right?
And it was people like
People-
Ninja and all that started jumping away from Twitch, and
well, they're also a
gotta-
business as well. I mean, Ninja's a business.
You gotta step outside the box and look at the movement and realize, hey, this is not healthy. This is not what we're able to do. You know, you
Right.
got to be willing. You got to be willing to adapt and to change accordingly.
yeah, you were mentioning politics there. It's like, one, we try to stay away from politics on here unless politics actually has something to do with the gaming industry. And then we try not to take a side, even though we obviously do.
Right.
We
You
try
can't
not to,
please-
but we do. But it's like, I
cannot-
just don't feel like I'm smart enough to have a political conversation with people who like are nothing but politics. You know, it's like
Here's-
dishonest.
Here's the problem. the moment you say anything about politics, you've immediately made an enemy out of either one side or the other. There is no middle ground. And the people that you make an enemy out of will refuse to listen to what your thought process is, because if you don't agree with them, you're immediately the problem. That is why I refuse to do politics. And it's sad because we have lost the art of having a conversation without immediately assuming that the other dude on the other end is an asshole because they don't immediately agree with us.
Yep.
But it is what it is. It's either you keep your peace or you get red in the face trying to explain a neutral ground conversation with people that don't want to hear it. You're talking to a brick wall. So that's why I just don't bother.
Oh, very much so.
And Jado says you just said what he always believes, and I'm like, you're not. He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He said the quiet part out loud.
Hi, my name is Tori. I'm a very blunt individual, and I don't like to sugarcoat shit. Welcome in.
And that's why I enjoy watching you.
That's the best. I hate it when people sit there and go like, well, maybe you should do this. It's like, if you want me to do this, just tell me. You know, I'm very direct as well.
I mean, I've lost a couple of friends myself when they're like, well, you know, they go, well, what do you think? And I'm like, do you want to know what I actually think, or do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? You know, like
I tell them, I was like, do you want the government answer or do you want the ginger answer?
There's this comedy group, or not even a group, it's a husband and wife on Facebook. It's funny. She'll ask her husband, she'll be like, so what do you think of this dress? And he'll actually ask her, like, do you want the real answer, the husband answer, or the petty answer?
right.
Okay. Well, I mean, depending what kind of mood I'm in, I'll also ask straight up. I say, you want me to bullshit you, or do you want me to fucking tell you the truth? And I guarantee you ain't gonna like the latter. And then go look.
Right. Right. Perfect. Let me see. Okay, switching directions here. I gotta say, so your theme song, or for your intro or whatever, did you is that an actual song, or did you know somebody who wrote that for you, or is that like?
Which one do you speak of? Because I haven't played the actual theme song that was given to me. So a friend of mine, Justin, who's also a veteran and works with the American Legion Gaming, he made 2 songs.
Okay.
For the Valhalla fam. They are AI generated, unfortunately.
Okay.
He put them into a thing and it churned it out. But they. Fun fact: I can sing. I just elect not to on certain points. And it's more or less the fact that he went out of his way to do that. But it is very, very lengthy. And depending on what we're doing, depends on if I play it or not. I have been playing it here recently. Normally, I'll play some other. I'll either play some rock or like Brothers of Metal or some fantasy DMCA free music, because you have to be careful sometimes with the DMCA stuff.
I want to say it's got a very obviously Viking / pirate feel to it. Like just the flow of it. Regardless, I like it. I just wanted to comment on that it was very entertaining. But
I appreciate that, and I'll let Justin know. I don't know if he's probably not lurking around in here, but
yeah,
I'll let him know.
And then another question I had, just for little fun off notes, is I mean, I know you do the WoW, and I know you do the COD and the on streaming. What do you play offline, like off streaming, or is it just only when you're streaming?
There are times where I have played offline, and I've played with people who have been streaming, whether it's Call of Duty or it's Repo or it's WoW or it's good lord, Uno. It's been very few and far between though, because usually as soon as I'm off camera, I have to go address a certain pint-sized minion who is hollering for father. For like an
father. We have somebody up on the right side of the screen who has a kid that calls him father.
Yeah,
and it becomes at that point I go from Tori the streamer to Tori the dad. I go out and I check in on everybody. I spend time with them because while I don't consider this work and I consider it a passion, like I enjoy streaming. I like to stream when I'm in a damn good mood and I'm not in pain as much because obviously your energy will be reflective on stream.
Yes.
If you come in and you're sourpussed, you're not going to get a whole lot of people interacting with you. Be like, oh, this dude's fucking angry. I don't know why, but I ain't fucking with him today. And they'll just move on to the next person. Whereas if you come in and you're acting like you're on freaking 50 cases of Ritalin and 3 fucking energy drinks, they're going to be like, all right, this dude's got some goddamn energy. I like it. Let's do this. You know? But I turn Tori the streamer off as soon as the camera goes down, and I go into Tori the father. I try to spend time with them. I hug them, play with them for a little bit, detox, de-stress, whatever the case may be. Because there are times where in streams people will come in and they'll lay some heavy shit out, and unfortunately, when you're an empath, you want to be there for them, but that shit takes a hit.
Yeah.
And it affects you, and you're just like, okay, I need a second to just Husa. But the thing is in my head, right, my theology, the more I stream, the more chance I have to be able to clip content that may not reappear. So every time that I game off stream is something that I could potentially miss. And if I'm running the freaking background program on my stream, if I'm running meld just to clip shit, I might as well just go ahead and stream.
Right.
I'm using the fucking program anyway and wasting resources on the computer. That's fucking Jurassic era. I might as well just go ahead and do the damn thing.
See, Neo's done that to me. Told me that a couple of times where I'll be like, I'm just playing this game for the hell of it, and he's like, stream it. Content is content. Right. And, so.
But that's where you have to be able to determine, okay, how much of this do I want to stream? How much of this do I not? You know, because you have to be able to go touch grass sometime.
Right.
You have to go touch grass. Like this is the first time I fired up today. I didn't fire up yesterday. You know, you have to be able to pick your spots. But the thing with me is, like I said, mental health. If I'm not feeling it, I ain't coming on. And I'm bad about letting people know, hey, I ain't feeling it in my Discord, right? Because I normally do everything in the Discord, or I let people know on Twitter. And I need to be better about that myself. But like, if I ain't feeling it, my ass ain't popping on because I hate playing tilted. I hate it.
Yep.
I hate playing with a migraine. If I'm I'm either in a really good mood or I'm distracting myself because it's the 4th of July and there's fucking fireworks going off and I don't need that kind of roughness in my life. So it's just a matter of what the situation is. But I prefer to game and stream in a happy mood because that affects your viewers. Somebody comes in with a bad day and you're having a bad time and they come in and you say something the wrong way, that's going to affect their day even more. That's not what you want. You don't want that on your conscience.
I know the YouTuber Matthew Santoro, who also does things on Twitch. There's been several times where he's been on and actually he like takes his camera off and shuts his lights off because he's got a migraine. He says even that like just he was like that helps him tremendously because he doesn't have to perform, so to speak.
Well, there are times like because my office is also where my sons sleep, and there are times where if they're in here sleeping and I have insomnia, I'll come in here and stream, but I'll turn all the lights off. And if the camera doesn't have a clear enough picture, I'll turn that shit off and I'll put a little fucking chat GPT photo of the Viking up in the corner. You'll hear me talking to you, but there's no live camera feed going.
Have you ever thought about doing like a VTuber kind of thing for times like that?
Do you really want me to be a VTuber? I don't think that's going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Oh, I just got a mental image of that.
Here's the thing with VTubing. I have a lot of good friends that are VTubers. Lainey Talks is a good friend of mine. She's a VTuber. Toth Monra, who's going through some shit right now, he's a friend of mine. He's a VTuber. That shit costs money to get a good VTuber model. That shit is expensive because you got to do the fucking model, you got to do the rigging, and I don't think this hunk of junk would know what the fuck to do with it.
Probably start
what
smoking.
the shit is that? That's just a regular picture, right? Oh, it's supposed to move? Nah, fuck you, dude. We don't get paid enough for that shit. The hamster inside would be like, nah, bro, you need 3 boxes of cheeses to make this motherfucker work, and then you're gonna have to sacrifice something.
Right. For real. Yeah. No, I tip my hat to the VTubers that do that because I've you know, I've heard that it's expensive as all hell, and I can imagine to get the good animated effects that you want, So
Yeah, I know
If I
Tiny
did-
and Vilmos actually did that for a long time too, and it was
If
I don't know how he did it.
If I did do a VTuber model, it would probably still be like a normal human Viking aesthetic. It wouldn't be any like mythical fucking creature. Just because of the fact that then at that point, like I want people to have the image that I want to give them. I don't want them to think, oh, he's gonna show up in a full fucking furry outfit with a, or, you know, he's gonna show up in a fucking wolf head, because I have a paper mache wolf mask back here, but I don't want to give people the impression that, you know, that's what I'm constantly doing. Like if I do that, because the other thing in the VTuber community is the moment you show your face, you basically become an outcast. Like once you're a VTuber, you're a VTuber. That's it. Like you don't get the like they don't like to give you the option of going back to what you are, and that's not something I want to do. So
Makes sense.
That's another thing of respecting that community's, you know, theology. That's why I just put the PNG picture up and I leave it at that, because you see me in full RP outfit, but at the same time, I'm not encroaching on anybody else's, you know, thoughts and offending anybody by putting that PNG up there. It's not. It doesn't have its own mindset, and you can still hear me talking.
Right. That makes sense.
And that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the guy that I was talking about with Tiny and Vilmos, he started out with he never put himself on camera. He always had his picture was always of his cat, which was always like laying in the bed next to him. And he was like, oh, well, that brings more people. I was like, no, we should see you. And then he decided to put up a V2 person. And I was like, well, now you can't ever show yourself on camera. You know?
Well, I mean, there's the other aspect too. Like, I mean, like look what happened to Dream when he first took his mask off. You know, a lot of people. I mean, he got bullied to the point that because of everybody's had this mental image of what he was supposed to look like behind the mask, and then when he took the mask off and didn't meet the expectations of half the people that were watching him, like he got bullied to the point. I think he stopped for a while, but now he's back with the mask.
Mm-hmm.
So
interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were that until Tynan told me about it. I didn't realize like the VTube community was that strict about that kind of stuff. You know. Then again, I mean, I know him personally. So.
It's kind of almost like the Lucha Libre with their masks as well. You know, like they do not want to lose that mystical aspect, I guess.
Anonymity.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So the questions I got are, what got you into World of Warcraft?
Wow! I like that reaction.
Neo's was a big player, so
yeah. And when did you start?
Let me paint the scene for you.
Oh, good.
Well, story time.
The year is 2004.
Okay.
I am just entering high school. It is 2 in the damn morning.
God, I feel old now.
On a Saturday. I hear a knocking on my door, and my old man barges in, turns on the light. I roll over, and I look at him like he's lost his mind, and he goes, "Hi, son. Your computer working?" "Yeah." "Good. Get up. I need your help." "With what?" I'm looking at him, "With what?" He goes, "I'm getting my ass beat. I need your help. I need you to be able to level up a character so we can play together, so I can give you shit so we can take it out on these fuckers. How fast can you start leveling?" I'm like, "Leveling on what?"
You're still rubbing your eyes.
I'm on a laptop playing Need for Speed, fucking Hot Pursuit 2 and fucking GoldenEye, right? Fucking with Windows XP. And he fucking goes in and he fires it up. Sure as shit, it's World of Warcraft. I'm like, "You want me to play World of Warcraft? You told me to never play World of Warcraft." So yeah, I changed my fucking mind. Here.
Shut up and log in.
Use this account for right now. I need you to hurry up. Okay. Fucking here we go. So I started playing, and I've been playing ever since. My original account got deleted because somebody got a little butt hurt and decided to try to file a claim that I was a Chinese gold farmer. Bastard.
Oh,
what?
So my original account got deleted, but I had made a second account because they have the rule where if you made a DK, you if you had a character, you can make a DK.
Right.
So I had made another character already. Made the DK after I hit that level requirement for the character and deleted that character, and that account was still alive with that DK. So I was like, all right, bet I got this. I can do this. So I started from scratch with the DK, and then I made the warrior, then I re-rolled the hunter, and then I started re-rolling everything else, and then I've been playing on that second account ever since. So unfortunately, retail has gotten to the point where it's more of a chore list than it is fun.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I like what they've done with it. They've revamped quite a bit, made things a lot, streamlined a lot of it. But yeah, it's just a grind fest.
Streamlined what?
Like your mounts and that, like the UI aspects.
Sir.
I don't like classic. I'll tell you that. I came in at Lich King. That's where I came in, and have been playing off and on since then.
Listen, I like being able to quest from point A to point B, doing my questing, and then as soon as I'm done questing and I'm hit the level max, I like being able to go straight into dungeons to get gear without having to worry about doing all these 5,000 side quests or all these world quests or all these prey quests to try to get gear.
So what
I
made
like
you
be able to
do
go straight
hardcore?
into, because I haven't hit level 60 on a single fucking one yet, and my chat seems to think it's a funny moment when I lose my shit because something fucking happens. I've died to Murlocs. I've died to fucking elites. I've died to a fucking guard aggroing from 50 yards out and thinking that I was a fresh piece of meat and beating my ass to death. I've gotten my ass ate by a mountain lion while trying to run from a bear. I mean,
those
you
all
name
sound
it.
hilarious.
And honestly, they do.
I've died to falling.
Yeah, that would be me.
Elevator boss.
I'd be like, oh, let's
there-
jump over
there's
this little
clips-
rock and it's a cliff.
And my community has made it a case in point to clip damn near every single one of these fails. But I am determined because I'm fucking stubborn and I don't. In some situations, I don't understand the word no. And I phrase that because God knows who's watching this.
And who's gonna clip it?
I refuse to quit until I get a level 60. So.
Okay.
I mean, once you get 60, are you going to try and raid with it?
Oh yeah, and then I'll make another tune because the ultimate goal is to hit 60 on every class. And I'm gonna save priest for last because as I've been told, all you gotta do is the bubble wand. It's simple.
Well, you know what you should do? All those, you said like your community clips all those fails. You should actually take all of those, string it together, and make one long form video of you just failing completely.
Right.
Turn the negative into something positive and then turn it into its own
thought
content.
may have crossed my mind already. Don't worry, but the problem is there's like 30 of them right now, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be more to come. So it's just a matter of what happens at this point.
So wait until you get to about 60, and then you can actually put that like put that whole like song behind there.
Yeah,
So what is your favorite class? What is your go-to?
Well, for retail, it's Hunter. For
Huntard. Okay.
For retail, specifically, it's Marksman Hunter. For hardcore, I love Combat Rogue.
Oh, jeez.
I love Combat Rogue because Riposte, it hits like a fucking Mack truck if you do it right and you're wielding double sword. But Mage is also, I say Mage is probably my second Fire Mage. Because Frost is for pussies. If you want to fucking move farm and all that shit, fucking have at it.
Now tell us how you really feel.
I'd rather farm up a giant fucking meaty red ball and just throw it in somebody's face. So.
Yeah, I played WoW off and on. Like, I got in during the beta, And then when both that and EQ2 went live pretty much within a month of each other, I did go over to EQ2. So I've been
Who's
playing
laughing
WoW.
now?
I
Well, I
still
will-
play EQ2.
I will tell you, I watched pieces and parts of the game reveals, and I've never touched Guild Wars, but Guild Wars 3 has piqued my interest.
Oh, that
because
looks amazing.
It's a one-time payoff. The graphics look much better than WoW's, and once you pay it, there's no subscription fee, and you just dive right in.
Yep. Yep.
That, and I'm hoping the new computer will be able to play it. But that just in itself is a strong selling point instead of me paying fucking $16 a month for
The sub fees, yeah.
the sub fees for fucking Blizzard. And it's like, why, you raggedy bitch? Like, I'll still play Warzone. I'll still play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I am planning on buying that. And I've already been asked if I'm going to play Battlefield RedSec. Because I bought it. And when I was testing it, it worked on the computer. And then when I bought it and it actually fully released, guess what? It didn't work on the computer anymore. So,
Oh, really? Wow.
So I have not had a chance to play the premium edition that I paid damn near $100 for this entire damn time. And it's been a salty wound for me for a while.
Not that he's upset about it or anything.
Not at all.
So, have you ever thought about doing like a collaboration, or not necessarily collaboration, but having it with your community where they could donate to help you get a better computer, or kind of making it something?
The computer is built. It's in a Viking longship. It's
in the mail.
3D, it is
Yes.
a 3D. Well, no, it's not in the mail. Fuck that shit. I don't trust mail carriers. So
Yeah, neither do
my
we.
brother about that. He is a mail carrier.
one of my moderators and one of my and a couple of people that I know from the community built 95% of the computer for free. And
Nice.
It is a drastic upgrade from what I currently have. The problem is it was supposed to have been here this week, but due to reasons beyond my control, it cannot be here this week. So it will be here the day that I get back from the cruise, because the person's delivering it in person.
Oh,
But
okay.
it is in a 3D printed Viking longship. We're having 3D printed shields made for the sides of the boat, as well as a covering, because right now it's open air. There's no covering on the top of it, and I told him, like, no, you need to please build me a covering for it, because I have 3 small ones that get fucking curious.
What's this?
Right. So that's in the works as well, but it's gonna be in a Viking longship. It's like an AMD 6090 or 6900 graphics card,
Okay.
which is much better than the 1070 I currently have.
Right.
And it'll have multiple HDMI ports and stuff like that compared to the one working HDMI port that I have. And it'll have more memory that I can use compared to the 953 gigs that I have for my operating system, my games, and everything else in between. So it'll be
Just hopefully the kids don't think, hey, this is a new boat. We can put it in the bathtub.
Unfortunately, due to, and again, another reason why I backed away from the drama, we had people that used to be part of our community go out of their way when I removed myself from their presence, and I removed them as followers from Twitter. I removed them as followers from the Discord. Everything, like, I removed their entire presence. They decided to take vengeance and call DSS on my kids,
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez.
trying to affect me, because they got butthurt that I distanced myself because they were out here promoting drama. They were out here promoting harassment of female creators on Kick, and they were out here promoting the people who were doing it. And
Sometimes
I
I'm
was
happy with my, 2 viewers, like,
Well,
and one of them's my iPad, so,
like,
Right.
and the thing is they spent a month. They spent a month trying to subtweet and call me out, claiming that I was making false. Because I was like, I'm not 100% sure it's them, but compared to what they're tweeting and whatnot, I'm fairly confident it's them. And so they sat here and they kept doing all this shadiness, and then the moment I revealed that I found out from the DSS agent that I could go to the courthouse and get a freaking court order to find out who made that false allegation, I was immediately blocked. All reference of me was fucking removed, and it was like they never fucking did shit. And I'm like, oh, imagine the conscience on that fucking guiltiness. Imagine, like, okay, thank you for playing the game. You fucking lost. Move on, right? So we had that situation. And then, come to find out, at DreamHack, I found out from the person who, because I took my family there, and the person watching my kids came up to me after DreamHack was done and told me that people were trying to video my kids.
Oh, wow.
And this guy was actually, I don't know if he was smart or dumb, but he actually went up to him and he go, "Hey, can I video those? Can I video the boys?" And they straight up told him, "No, you have no business videoing the boys." Between that and then somebody acting like a PDF towards my daughter, they're not allowed to be in here.
Yeah.
So the only time they're allowed to be in here is when the boys are going to bed, because this is where they sleep. Now there are times here, the last couple of little times, where my daughter has figured out how to open the door and she marches her little butt on in here, and I'll let her say hi or whatever, and then she goes right back out. But that's very few and far between. Like, because of all that, like, they used to be a very big part of the stream where people would come in, they'd be able to talk to them, see how their day was, ask them how the grades were doing, stuff like that, because we do try to promote a family atmosphere in that sense. But because people want to fucking be toxic, people don't want to do what they're supposed to do, that shit fucking squashed.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm not gonna put them in that kind of spot again, because people either want to be vindictive or people want to fucking be weird. It's just not worth it.
Or both.
Right.
So,
Unfortunately, it's both in many cases.
that makes total sense. I have, two, and my younger one keeps asking me, "Dad, when can I be on the show? Dad, when can I be on the show?" Because he wants to come on here, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe next week, or maybe next week," and then I've done a couple streams with him on YouTube and stuff, but like we play, Minecraft Dungeons or something like that. But yeah, I'm kind of glad that sometimes I'm a smaller streamer and don't have to deal with that shit.
My sons have blatantly told me they want to be streamers, and I look at them as like, you're not streaming until you're 18.
Yeah.
Like, when you're an adult and you want to make that decision, then I won't stop you. But until you're 18, that shit's not happening. Period.
Yeah.
And then I found out that they were on somebody else's stream. Like, there was another
geez.
boy. There was a boy in elementary school that was streaming without his parents knowing, and they invited my sons to be on the stream, so they were on his stream. Didn't say a word to me, and then I came over there and found out, and then they let it slip mid-conversation what was going on. Banned. Done. I was like, nope. Negative. Like, you're 10 and 11. You're 10 and 11. Absolutely the fuck not.
My mom asked, "When can I be on the show?"
Hey, we've got a slot next week.
So
That's where my smart ass would go. When you bring the meatloaf.
right. Hey, Mom.
Mom,
You got some meatloaf! What's funny is Will Ferrell actually said that's the one, the quote that he hears the most, and that's not even a movie that he was the star of. He did a cameo.
Right.
It's everybody comes up to him like, "Ma, can you get us some meatloaf?"
So,
I need to make meatloaf.
right. Thanks, Tori. Now we're all thinking about meatloaf.
Oh, yeah, now we're all hungry. Good job.
That sounds like a skill issue. You better go get food.
My mom actually had a special recipe for it that she finally taught me, and it's it's like the simplest thing.
Ketchup.
It's ketchup, 1 egg, and saltine crackers, and that's literally the secret ingredient, so to speak, to it.
Shh! You don't tell everybody.
I mean, you can add whatever else you want to it. Like, my wife will add, like, like cheese or things to it, but it's like just the secret recipe is saltine crackers.
Yeah, just
And
wait till
Jado
you
says
piss
that's
them
no
off, and they're
secret.
gonna just wait till you piss somebody off, and they put that secret sauce on there. Then you're gonna be really wondering what the fuck's going on.
Oh, boy.
That secret sauce. Yeah. I was gonna say. Let me see here.
Well, let me ask you. You've been streaming for a long time, so just to kind of lighten up the mood for a lot of things here, like what is probably the funniest thing that your community has ever asked you to do, or that's ever happened during one of your streams? Like if you had to choose one moment.
Getting beat by a guard 50 feet away.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
you told
No,
me
no,
by
no,
your
no.
fail, but I'm talking like
No,
just
no,
like
no. So there was a company called F3 Energy, and they were popular at the time. A lot of people were bandwagoning and getting on that train. And there was some people who were out to cancel culture F3. And I happened to be just drunk enough to go into a certain tirade. And there was a guy, their mascot, his name was Boxhead. Or Canhead, rather. The mascot was named Canhead. It was a can of F3 with 2 arms, 2 legs. Looked like an old school movie theater type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were coming after Canhead. This Canhead was rage baiting and driving fucking engagement, which I don't care for rage baiting, but that's what he was doing. And you could clearly tell that's what was happening. And he made an alt personality called Boxhead. And these guys started going after Boxhead. I happen to have a cardboard box laying around. And Kick has since deleted the clip, I believe. Let me see here. I believe they deleted the clip. But I went into a tirade roasting every single person who was bitching about said Boxhead with a box on my head cut out in cardboard. To the point where everybody in my chat was laughing their ass off. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see if I have a clip. I might. Hold on. Unless they deleted it. They might have deleted it, but let's see. Everyone.
I don't know what I started here.
This was. Oh, if I find it, you'll know. Hold on a second. Because I'm going to have to download it and put it in Drive and then save it in my folder and then I'll pull it up and I'll let you see it because there's the option down here and
Yeah, to share.
Yeah, we can bring it up
for the
We can
video
definitely-
file.
Or if you have the link, even we could just go to. We could pull up your. Is it on Twitch or Kick?
It's going to be on Kick.
On Kick. Let me see if I can find it real quick here.
Nope, that's my daughter farting in my hand.
You know, like you do.
As kids are, yeah, kids want to do. Let's see here.
That's when she was a newborn. Oh, hey, that's me bald. Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, that's me, Bulb.
That was after the subathon that we hit a goal to fucking shave my head, and people weren't ready for that one either. Let me. Holy sweet baby Jesus. My computer is just flipping shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking.
That's all right.
Go ahead and ask the next question while I'm trying to find this stupidity.
Neo, you got any?
I like that while I'm trying to find the stupidity.
You'll
So
understand if I find it why I call it stupidity.
you've been to several different conventions. Which one do you prefer? DreamHack or whatever Twitch throws on, or
I've never been to a TwitchCon in my life. And considering everything that's been going on with TwitchCon, I will never go to a TwitchCon unless they get their shit, unless they get their house in order. DreamHack has been very kind to me, so I love DreamHack personally. I'm about to attend GCX for the first time, which I'm only doing one day of GCX this week this coming week. Because there's Saturday, if I wasn't going on a cruise boat, that Saturday is when their after party takes effect, and their after party is you get the run of Universal Studios.
Oh wow!
Oh, that'd be awesome.
You buy the ticket, You buy the after party ticket, and you get the run of either Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios, and you just have at it. It's closed up and it's closed to the general public except for those going to GCX. So
Wow.
That
Why haven't we been doing that one?
so next year I will be back at GCX doing the full 2 days and doing the after party. But if I was to put the conventions I've been to in ranking order from best to worst, DreamHack would be at the top. Loot Fest was fun. GCX.
What does GCX stand for?
Good question.
Or what is it? What is that one?
So it started off as it started off as a Destiny community gathering, more or less, for people who play Destiny.
Okay.
And then it evolved into Destiny and Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and just a general gaming convention for people to enjoy,
Okay.
as well as that sort of thing, as well as Magic the Gathering and D&D and stuff like that. Either of you three ever heard of Critical Role?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yep.
So this year, Matthew Mercer, who was the dungeon master for Critical Role and stepped away, he's going to be there that Saturday.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
All the tickets sold out. So and they got a lot of voice actors from Fallout and from the Fallout TV series, from Fallout itself, voice actors from some of the games they have. So it's almost like DreamHack, but DreamHack is more esports oriented, and then they have the gaming, the side gaming, and the creators involved on the back end. This one's tabletop, and the segments that I mentioned. Which,
Man, Neo, that sounds right up your alley.
for me, it's a vacation. It's still a vacation regardless, because of the fact that Universal's involved. They're in the Universal sound stages. So, but I would have to say Loot Fest was okay. Loot Fest was geared more towards streamers, but it was very, very small. But the after party was fun. It was at a brewery. You get to go in there and you drink all. You had a limit of how many drinks you got. Then you had to pay for it after the fact. But it was in a giant ale house. And then Midwest Fest, which was the other one I've been to. It was slightly bigger than Loot Fest, and it had stuff that was kind of streamer oriented, but also was like tabletop and stuff like that. But I've only been to one, because every other year it's not been running. So since there's only one Midwest Fest that I've been to, that one's going to be at the bottom.
Okay. Hi, Angel.
Angel.
Angel just popped on.
How's it going, Angel?
So,
Welcome.
Always a pleasure to have you here.
okay, well, let me ask you this, Tori. Okay, yeah, that train of thought just left the station.
Goodbye, train. That derailed.
that derailed very quickly. It had something to do with the cons too. Okay, well, while I try and think of that one, I got another one. If you were to collab with any streamer that you could, who would it be?
As far as gaming, or
Just in general, whatever floats your boat.
Top one.
It could
What
be
if I
gaming.
don't
It could be
what if I don't have a boat to float?
fair enough. If there's nobody you want to collab with, that's okay as well.
I see. My thing here is this: a lot of creators in this day and age, they want to collab with whoever's the most popular, because they think that by rubbing shoulders with them, their viewership's going to increase and they're going to hit it off. Me, I'm willing to collab with anybody who brings a positive environment.
Okay.
Right? BB Jess is a very good friend of mine. I almost consider her a little sister, even though she's called me fucking. She's like, yeah, it's like, like your older brother, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, thanks for that. But like,
Well, then I'm probably old enough to be her dad. Shit, but
it's the mentality, right?
Yeah.
Because protective, and I try to be there. Like I said, I try to be there for as many people as I can.
Right.
But I mean, if there was a fitness creator that wanted to do stuff, I would be more than happy to collab with them. I just don't want to collab with anybody that's going to bring a negative impact. Because if you are a negative piece of shit, or you're toxic and you're just out here clip farming fucking stupidity, yeah, some people might be interested in that, not me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am the type of person where when I walk into a room and somebody speaks my, like if
Have
I
a good
walk
one,
into a
Angel.
room and somebody goes, oh, hey, I know that person, that's so and so, they're a good person. I want that to be able to stand out when I'm not in the room.
Right.
Say there's a CEO or say there's a business opportunity and they're like, okay, well, this is who we got. And like, oh yeah, I know that person. You should talk to that guy. He's a good, that's the kind of influence I want to have for being able to do the right thing. Which when you're collabing, you want that kind of effect because you noticed all the drama creators don't really have brand deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like some of them get lucky and do, but most of them don't.
Very few and far between. Why is that? Because drama and shitting on people is not exactly something that a brand was trying to promote. And and I don't know how many of you sat there and actually watched. Now, don't get me wrong, I have no lost love for Ludwig, but he brought up an excellent point during his Streamer University class yesterday, where most of the money and revenue that he makes came from brand deals.
Mm-hmm.
He made $100,000, and 80,000 of that came. It was like no, it wasn't 100,000. It was like 10 to 15,000, and 8,000 of that, a good over 50% of that money came from brand deals. No brand is going to work with you if all you're doing is just shitting on the common person for attention. And that again, and that goes with who you collab with. If you are posing a problem, and people don't want to work or collab with you because you're just constantly crapping on people, you're not going to get brand deals. You're not going to make that extra revenue. And people aren't going to, and you might grow a community of drama people, but as soon as you're done being with the drama, guess what? They're going to move on to the next person with tea.
Yep.
And
yeah,
that's kind of why I stopped watching like Hassan and Asmongold, and it was like just because they're so negative and they're always perpetuating drama just to, keep their people happy. But it was just like, it's almost exhausting watching them go back and forth.
Well, I've always been trying to like find the positive, like you said, the positive streamers, and I mean, that's I don't even know how I actually came across you, Tori. One day you just showed up in my Twitter feed, and I was like, I like the cut of his jib, so I started following you.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean
old.
the same. Huh?
You're old with that saying, cut of your jib.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait a second. What?
But
he is swell.
But honestly, that's how I found BB Jess too. Is like I saw a clip from YouTube. She was dealing with some troll, and I thought it was fucking hilarious. And
I found it.
You found
it? You had to scroll that far.
Wow. I forgot you were even still looking for it.
I found it. Hold on. Brace yourselves. Let me get over to drive.
But yeah, that's and so then like after I saw that video of Jess, I just started watching more and more of her stuff, and I've said this about you too, is that like you guys are one of the most humbling people to watch. Like you're very down to earth and very real, and I mean, yes, you can be blunt, but that's what I appreciate, and I think more streamers should strive to be like that.
Yeah.
And
you would think that, but you would be surprised how many people get turned off by the bluntness, because there are people in this day and age that expect people to
sugarcoat.
Exactly. And when you don't sugarcoat something for them, like, oh, well, you could have done this better. You need to be nicer about it. I'm like, are you sure about that?
Right.
And it's
I'm just being me.
I'm like, are you sure that's what you want me to do? Because I believe it's disrespectful to somebody if you come out here and you gaslight them instead of just being honest with them. It's like, listen, like, how would you feel if somebody you knew passed away, and then I came out here and said, oh, no, everything's fine, everything's kosher, there's a small problem, but don't worry about it, it's being handled, and then you found out 2 hours later from somebody else, oh, yeah, this person died.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
How would you feel? I just blew smoke up your ass and told you, yeah, there's a small problem, but it's not that serious. It's being handled, and you find out, oh shit, yeah, that's a problem. You didn't exactly tell you the truth. Now you fucking feel like I lied to you. You feel disrespected because I didn't tell you the truth. Whereas I could come up to you, hey man, this shit's gonna be rough for a little while. So and so passed away, but understand that I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get through this together, right? That's that respect level. You respect them enough to be able to handle the situation regardless of how shitty the situation might be, and then go, okay, yeah, you know what, we got this though. I'm gonna be in your camp, and that's something that a lot of people don't quite understand. Is it is more demeaning to somebody when you
It's gonna be okay.
rather than this shit's gonna suck, but I got your back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a realist. I'm not an optimist or a pessimist. I'm a realist.
That's what I'd rather. I mean, I
what
like things to be direct and.
All right.
Slayer comes in here. I feel like it was getting to the end of the podcast because Cyclops always ends with someone dying.
Okay, do you want to go through the death now? Because
Nope,
there were two
we're not.
big ones.
No, we don't need to.
No. I'm about to.
We got to see Boxhead here.
I'm about to bring up the funny. Hold on. Give me a second. A second.
By the way, Koimiya, did you see your mom said I'm there with Koimiya's lasagna?
Oh, yeah. She's very. Well, I've always made the argument that people say, there's two sure things in life, death and taxes, and I say there's a third thing, which is everybody claims their mom has the best lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I said, having said that, my mom's is the best lasagna.
You get canceled for taking memes too seriously. The hell. I'm gonna go put him.
Right.
Hold on, chat. Hold on.
Look how short the beard is.
This. Wait.
Right?
Wait. I've got this.
Old
Bear in
school
mind, I'm a
background.
smartass.
I'm more paying
Hang on a
attention to the
second.
sword
I got
back
this.
there. Is that
Yes, that's Frost.
Frostmourne?
Yep. Wait. This is how much of a smartass I am.
I love that you had to make it then and there, not you didn't have it prepared.
Got this, chat. I can't be cancelled. I can't be cancelled anymore.
Oh my god.
Y'all.
Man, I bet if you had glasses on, that would be fogged up.
Right?
Oh, it was rough because it was uneven as shit, and I had one little piece that was just sticking up in the eye hole. I was like, all right, you know what? That's why I didn't keep it on the whole time. But it was literally because there was a group of people that were pissed off at the company, and the mascot was literally rage baiting and engagement farming with them on a different fucking account. And people just could not figure out to just shut the fuck up and stop fucking engaging. They just kept getting themselves butthurt about it. And just acting like complete assholes that I was, you know what? I'm going to make fun of the fucking situation. That's what I did. And the funny part was the guy that was doing the rage baiting, the Canhead account, was in my stream watching this go down.
That makes it even better.
He was probably loving every second of it.
Oh, he was fucking laughing his ass off. He was in the stream watching this go down, just chuckling the entire time. And my moderators are like, Tori, did you have a Red Bull or any kind of energy drinks? No, I'm just full of fucking sarcasm today.
Piss and vinegar is what my mom used to say.
Right. Looker says on YouTube that he loves your background, both the old one and the new one you got there.
I appreciate
He liked
it.
that light up thing that you showed us in the back of that video.
I still have the light up thing, but I gotta take it down to White and Sons, who I'm partnered with, because my kids went back there and pulled the fucking cable. They pulled the light cable out of it, so it doesn't light up anymore. So I gotta get it soldered and everything back together to where it'll crank back up. But my entire back wall, I've got Long Claw from Jon Snow and Game of Thrones. I've got Frostmourne. I've got Anduril, the Sword of the West. I've got Gandalf's staff, which is why I was moderately chuckling on the inside when y'all were talking about Gandalf because I have his staff. I've got for my anime gurus, I've got Kirito's Season 1 swords from Sword Art Online, and then I have about 3 katanas, and I have the Gladius and the helmet from Gladiator.
Nice.
The only katanas I have are
And
the
I have
katanas.
I have a mimic of the OG Leviathan axe from the first God of War Norse edition, not the one from Ragnarok.
Okay.
So
I've got the blades from Kill Bill, the Bride's and Bill's blades.
So I have all of those at the moment. So, but the green screen was a gift from my sister for Christmas, and I love having the Viking background on the green screen, but the green screen is very, very short and and not as wide as I need it to be. So that is why we make
Zoomed
do with
in.
this. Yeah, that's why we're zoomed in. I mean, y'all saw the technical difficulties we were having.
Right. In the beginning.
Yeah.
They didn't, but we did.
Yep.
We all saw it. They didn't.
We're
We don't
professionals
talk
here.
about difficulty.
Right. No, this is pretty much wrap up time now here. Anybody
There
got
was
any last
one
minute questions?
question that you asked prior. It was a two-parter. The first part was it was earlier on, and I didn't get a chance to talk about the second piece.
Let's see, two-parters I had was the mentoring and staying out of drama while commenting on it.
I think it might have been that one. Let's see what else you got.
Let's see. The best advice received could give was a two-parter, but you answered those.
I think it was the drama bit. I'm pretty sure it was the drama bit.
Where I said I don't see too many people messing with you. But then
So-
again, like I said, I don't really read your comments on your posts. I just read your post
So
and leave my 2 cents.
I briefly touched on it. Actually, no, I did answer this one. I did answer that one, I think, because
Yeah.
I mentioned how you could reply to people without tagging them,
Right.
and you could block them to keep your peace because they can still, if they still want to, they can still see your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've had people fucking try to make AI generated fucking rap songs and other bullshit about me that I've had blocked, and I just look at them and go, "You're fucking pathetic." Like my guy, fucking Scooby Doo could eat you for lunch and not be scared. Like you're not
Right.
intimidating anybody. Now, Raggy.
Yeah.
You
Can't,
know,
fight,
fucking,
can't fight their way out of a wet paper bag.
like you're like the two brain cells you have are fighting against each other to figure out which one's the fucking dominant one. Like it's but at the same point, it's like you can use the stupidity and the ignorance from what they publish, and you can post the narrative that people should hear, you know. And everybody's has a right to disagree or agree with whatever the opinion is, right? I'm not sitting here trying to tell you what's right and what's wrong unless it's legally right or wrong. But
Right.
I've always promoted a sense of common sense and a sense of, hey, if you do this, you're fucking yourself over, right? Like certain things you should not be doing because of the fact that it's going to hurt your brand. If you want your brand to be known as a knockoff of somebody else who's doing the exact same shit, by all means, knock yourself out. You're already doing it. But don't come over here crying when you don't get certain opportunities and whatnot, or you're not growing because, oh, they're holding me back, darn. No, like, you're doing it to yourself at that point.
Yeah.
You know, we keep bringing up BB Jess, and the thing with BB Jess is, yes, there are times where she likes to rage bait on Twitter. It's pretty
Yes.
fucking plainly obvious. She loves to rage bait. She loves to engage.
But she's
in
so
porn.
good at it.
But you notice that it's not rage bait where it's specifically targeting people and calling them out and dragging them through the dirt. Like
Right.
it's tailor-made rage bait to where if you feel offended by it, then
It says more about you than her.
exactly, right? And half the stuff's dumb shit. So it's like, okay, I'm not even mad about that. Like, okay, you maybe have a point. Like, at that point, you either respond to it because you're offended by it, because in some way you think it's talking about you, or you don't. But
Right.
she keeps getting the sponsorships, and she was getting the DreamHack stuff and all that stuff because at the end of the day, she's not that person. And the rage bait that she posts is not directly affecting somebody's livelihood or directly fucking harassing somebody or directly, calling somebody out.
Plus, her
And
setup is amazing.
Well, that too. That too, and she's always coming up with new ideas.
God,
Like,
yeah. I mean, she just debuted another show not too long, like a couple days ago, I think. Because I mean, I loved BBFM. I've got the hat on even, but you know, I just it's one of those where because I work night shifts, I can't watch a lot of streamers that I want to when they're live. So I mean, I do watch a lot of your VODs, and I watch a lot of her VODs, and
that reminds
things
me,
like
I got to
that.
go back. I forgot Exclaim changed and got rid of half of my merch, so I got to go back and make more merch. Like I forgot.
There you go. But
I had a hat that I was going to get on there. I had a hat that I was going to buy for myself to wear specifically for this, and they got rid of it. And I was like, "You fucker!" But
Fourth Wall does that to me a lot too. Like it's like all of a sudden
Well-
the shirt, like I like the style I like is gone.
with Exclaim, it's a little higher price, but the quality's better in my opinion. Like
Okay.
the blood splatter jersey that I have, that I have my runes on the back for. That thing is so damn breathable, and it doesn't tear, and it has lasted for 2 to 3 years now.
Okay.
And I was just like, thank you, Jesus. Like, and I've got polos and stuff that like you can wear and whatnot. Like, and it's all breathable. Like, you don't have to worry about whether or not you look fat or you know, whatever the case may be, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. But I think they were doing some cost effectiveness, so they were pulling some things out that weren't selling, putting new styles in that are probably selling better. So I gotta update all. I've been so damn busy that I've kind of, between my throne wish list and that going to the side, I kind of just, so
Yeah.
So I hear the random Donald Duck stuff.
Nope. It's all good.
Oh.
that's how I imagine some creators being on fucking Twitter, just fucking jumping up and down with the fucking red in the face, steam coming out the ears, just making that sound.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
I
Ninjato
totally
just
see
said,
it.
Ninjato says you prove that you don't need the most update to equipment to be successful.
You really don't. When I started streaming, I had this raggedy piece of shit. I had a HyperX mic headset, and then I had I didn't have an OBSBot originally. I had a Logitech camera, and then after that, I was using OBS to start. Until they started just fucking churning out graphics cards out the wazoo, and the fucking graphics cards outdated my fucking
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic era fucking piece of garbage.
How are you liking? How are you liking Meld?
I don't mind it. There are things with it that I can't figure out if it's the computer or if it's Meld. Like, for example, when I go to play Call of Duty, I can no longer get it to just come up through the normal way like I can with World of Warcraft. Like, World of Warcraft will come with its own entity, and I can just hit that when it hits full screen, and it does that. And if I alt-tab out of World of Warcraft, instead of it coming off of World of Warcraft and going to, like, my background, it'll stay on World of Warcraft while I'm doing whatever I need to do in the background. Call of Duty, if I alt-tab, it goes straight to the background. It doesn't show Call of Duty anymore until I go back to the Call of Duty tab. Also, with the chat, there's a whole bunch of windows that are open, background windows that open on Edge Web Review, and if I delete those from my task manager to try to keep my CPU and GPU from overrunning, Meld chat fucking stops.
Mm.
And I've been told it's potentially my card, it's potentially my computer, but until I get the new computer, I can't verify that.
Right.
So there's a few nuances that that get a little tiring, but I found workarounds for most of it. With Meld now incorporating Twatter chat, I can have Twatter, Twitch, and Kick chat all integrated into one up on the screen for everybody to see.
Yeah.
I think that's fucking amazing. That you don't have to import anything else from anywhere else.
Yeah.
One of the things I want them to put in there is the capability of slideshows. That way, when I do like events or podcasts, or I'm going somewhere and I do my posters, I have them up there, or my codes, I have them up there on a slideshow for like when I'm starting, instead of having a starting soon screen. or if
Right.
I need to go use the bathroom, that's my intermission screen.
Right.
The trick for that is going into Canva and literally making a slideshow and then putting it on a separate scene in
Yeah.
Meld and putting it as a video format and just doing it that way.
That's how I did it.
That's my trick for that, which it can get fucking stupid at times, but again, you work with what you got.
Well, that was their initial workaround for stingers. Is like create 3 extra scenes and just like do.
Well, I haven't tested the stinger part yet because of the fact that they came out with it just a couple of days ago. So I got to sit down and watch how they have it incorporated. Because originally it was a drop down function in the edit that said stingers. Now they put it somewhere else, I think. So I got to figure out where they put it. And then I guess I have my own stingers.
Yeah.
That I've never fucking used. And it's like, okay, well, now I can use these. Where do I put them? So I just got to figure that part out. But the one thing I will tell you is with Kick and with Meld and with Botrix and all this stuff, like being on Twitch, most of it was handed to you. Most of it, you were able to kind of figure it out on your own.
Right.
This has forced me to actually have to learn some shit. And it's funny because people will come in and they'll be like, all right, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I'll be like, hello?
Yeah, that's how I am a lot of times too.
And then my brain won't process what the fuck they said for a whole fucking month. And then it just like immediately clicks. Like something like a little fucking switch clicks on it. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And then you're just sitting there like, you're like the fucking, the Hulk and what's his nuts? The guy that played the Hulk, and he's fucking sitting there in astral form. And he's just like, oh yeah, like it's like me watching me fucking do this shit. You're like, wow, how was I so fucking stupid that I didn't understand this shit the first time?
Right.
I really need to apologize to that guy. And I was just like, oh, well, fuck me, all right. So
was that Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, that bastard.
Fair enough. Have you messed with the sparks at all?
I have. I do have a little raid thing that so on my stream, they gave me a link to their form of socials.
Mm-hmm.
And I may have gone into Spark and changed it around to where it was more on like a Viking billboard of sorts and more Viking aesthetic.
More your brand, yeah.
Yeah, so I did do that. And then the one thing that I haven't really showcased a whole lot of is I went into Spark and I had a raid scene happen where when we get raided, there's a fucking Viking boat in the middle of a storm just pitching around, tossing, turning. And for however many people are in the raid, that's how many fucking stick figures you see in the raid on the longboat.
That's awesome.
But it is very. It's not aesthetically look pleasing. It's very much like a fucking 10-year-old drew it. So I was kind of like, yeah, this might be cutesy for a little while, and then I'm gonna get very tired of this very fucking quickly.
Right.
So I would rather have a professional artist go in there and see if they can fucking draw like an actual like landing scene with people piling out of the longboat, fucking ready to go to war. I think that would be badass, but that would also cost money.
Yep. Yep. Just a little bit.
That's a good hunch.
You know, so like AI has its usefulness and it has its place to a certain degree, but I still like to go to like Luar Arts and other people to fucking get that customization work done when I have the money to be able to do shit. So that's something that's on the back burner for me to try to do at some point.
Okay. Well, I think that's a pretty good ending spot. We've gone over our 2 hours, and I know we started a little late, but I think we've made up for that. And we
almost always do. We start late and we end late.
Yeah. Soon I'll be getting the messages from the wife downstairs. What are we doing for dinner?
You'll be getting it from your son. Father, I am hungry.
Right. Yeah.
Taco Bell. Grab the lettuce. I heard it's clean again.
Oh my God.
There's no Taco Bell near me. It's like 40 minutes in either direction. So.
Well, has been the thing. Like Taco Bell has always been the one. Like, oh, it makes my stomach. It's like, well, now it really does. There's a scientific link.
See, at this point, it's like, okay, My butthole already has problems when it comes to certain things I eat anyway. So, do I just want to continue the pain, or do I want to clean the system, or do I want to try to do both at the same time?
Well, that's like my wife.
The
how
answer
bad of
is
a night-
yes.
How bad of a night do I want? Do I want Hiroshima or do I want the Manhattan Project?
Well, this is like my wife. My wife is actually lactose intolerant, and if she's had a bad day, she's like, "Do I want to just like enjoy a couple minutes and have some ice cream and suffer for it, or do I want to, That's why now we're trying to get dairy-free stuff, but you know what? Sometimes there's just nothing better than real ice cream,
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta be milky.
So if I'm understanding this right from your post in Discord earlier, after you're done here, you're gonna do a Tory After Dark?
I am. I'm gonna go take a leak.
Right.
And then after that, and I figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. I will be doing a Tory After Dark probably around 7 p.m. because I don't have shit fuck to do tomorrow. I went and bought 2 suits today.
Yeah.
Which, for the first time ever in my life, I'm gonna be wearing a burnt orange fucking shirt on a cruise. God help me. I'm not sure how that's gonna play out, but it's for a beige suit. So it's a beige suit, burnt orange shirt, and the tie looks pretty damn good with it. But it was buy one get one half off, and these kinds of suits are fucking expensive half the time. So I was like, you know what?
Right.
I'm gonna take
Treat
advantage
yourself.
Of this I'm gonna take advantage of the situation while I've got a little bit of pocket change.
Right.
So I got that, and then I got my black and red suit. So all I'm saying is, if y'all ever worked at a Taco Bell, the only trustworthy thing to eat there is the Neens, and even that's iffy. I don't want to hear shit. All right, where I came from, where I grew up, the Mexicans worked KFC and the black people worked fucking Taco Bell.
I worked at Taco Bell for like 3 months.
And I
That
got
doesn't
hooked
make any
up
sense.
I got hooked up at Taco Bell often. And that shit had some spices on it that I don't even think were even created yet. And then I'd go into the fucking KFC, and the KFC, when you have to question what the fucking chicken's seasoned with, and the fucking tagline is 13 herbs and spices, and you're wondering where the fucking 14th through the 20th spice came from?
There was a Taco Bell when I lived in Madison. There was one. It was a Wendy's for a while, and then it switched over to a Taco Bell. And it was all Mexicans that were running it, which would have been totally fine if any of them spoke English. Because I'd go there and I'd be like, okay, can I just get I'd be like, can I get a Doritos Loco Taco? And they were like, double decker supreme? Like, no. Like, I would have to actually like write it down, show them on the thing, and I would have to pretty much do the job for them to get the order even halfway correct.
Oh, you want more white stuff? Hold on a minute. I help.
I
No,
give
but
you
here-
that special sauce.
There you go.
Here where I live, it's like all the meth heads work at KFC. Like, you go there and it's just like, wow, that guy's arms are super thin, and it's because there's all those markings on it. I know what he was doing,
I'm just saying there had to be, when KFC came out with those famous bowls, it was definitely a pothead who made those things.
Oh yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like,
but they're still good.
oh, they are so good, but it's just like, what do you got in the back? Throw it all in a bowl. Boom, served. But
And now they have different ones. They have like the original bowl, then they have the Tennessee bowl or whatever, like the different spices on it. And it's like, yeah, that was.
Let's be real. Somebody came in, got called in on their day off. They're like, all right, listen here, bitches. I don't want to keep making fucking 4-piece goddamn fucking family dinners for these motherfuckers. Can we please come up with something that we could just go done? Please. I don't give a shit if it looks like shepherd's pie, bitch. That's what it is. Put some fucking nuggies on it and send the shit.
And it's awesome. I love KFC. I love those bowls.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. So we kind
Thank
of
you
ruined
for
our
for being
perfect
on
ending
here.
Yes.
We appreciate your time.
I do
You've
appreciate it.
enlightened us in quite a few different ways.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have you back on again.
Yep, and you're more than welcome to join us.
There's a scary thought. Oh, you opened my eyes to think. Did I?
Well, like I said, yeah, I've taken a couple of things that you've said to heart for streaming aspect stuff. And
I guess for me, it's more you opened my eye to things, but still.
Allow me to quickly reflect on everything that we've discussed today.
here it is, your deep thoughts by Jack Handy.
Right.
Do you feel offended by anything that was talked about in today's episode?
Where did the bad streamer touch me?
Show
Have
us
you
on
already
Disco.
gone to Walmart and produced your 10 packs for the day?
Wow.
If you,
And
could
this is-
change, if you could change one thing from this episode, what would it be, and why should I give a fuck?
I think
If you don't have an answer for that one, oh, that's a shame. That's $50 for wasting my time.
Yes, Slayer, I see that. I know I haven't streamed. I've been having a hard time doing it. Like he said, I burnt myself out, and then just couldn't get back into it. I keep thinking, oh, I'll stream this, and then don't do it. Like that.
You said that
I've gotten sick of
time
being in this
management.
room.
time
Like,
management
I wanna
is the two
I
words
want to
that Tori said.
stream on my couch.
So
I had a
You-
friend
I-
that used to stream on his couch, but it looked so stupid because he had the whole couch in his thing and in his shot, and then he just sat there going, "Yep." It's like, dude, you look like you're about to fall asleep. Yep.
At this point, I had somebody tell me I should move my stuff from the office into the living room, and I said, "Fuck no! I do not want little people running in there and messing with all my shit. Plus, it looks like a fucking war zone. And then I have a green screen I have to use, and I have to move everything around. And the internet box is only in one fucking room, which means you're going to try to put me on a Wi-Fi thing. And let me
Right.
tell you how well that's going to work out, knowing I have Spectrum."
I have Spectrum and I'm running on Wi-Fi. just throwing that out there.
Bet you regret your life choices too.
Yes, a few of them. Yes. So
I have Spectrum because it's the only thing around here.
It's
Yeah,
like it's like Spectrum hands you the box. You open up the box, you see the router, you see the modem, and then you see the fucking 10-inch fucking girthy object right next to it. And in the back of your mind, all you hear is, "That's a surprise tool they're going to use on you later."
yeah, pretty much. But like Cyclops said, they're the only one around here as well. So I know
And
that
If I
there
could go with
was
someone else, I would.
well, we have Frontier as well, and I had Frontier before Spectrum came here, and let's just say Spectrum is a step up. So you know,
Yikes.
like so.
So,
yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, Tori, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
So far, we've been
Yes,
doing the
thank you.
Midwestern goodbye thing.
Yes,
here.
the Midwestern goodbye. But definitely, you guys definitely go check out his After Dark. They're always,
Definitely.
They're always a treat.
definitely 7.
Jeff Long.
But yeah. So everybody, thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll catch you next week. I don't think we have any guests lined up for next week, actually, other than maybe my son, who
I was going to say,
keeps pestering me, but we'll see on that. And then, like I said, I still need to get Ninjato on here sometime, and
Yes,
you know.
if anybody wants to come on the show, just talk to our PR person, Koimiya X.
yeah.
You can find him on Twitter.
Not literally come. Keep that shit in your pants, all right? If you want to be on the show.
If you want to
You
be on the
sick
show,
degenerates.
yes. Yes.
Thanks for clarifying.
Well, I mean, Neo might
That's-
like it. He's smiling pretty big right now. So
That's when we move the show to OnlyFans.
Yeah. That's our After Dark show. So, but yeah. Tori, any last minute words of wisdom?
Be yourself. Don't give a fuck about what other people are doing. And when you stream, make sure you're enjoying what you're doing. Otherwise, it will affect everything else you do, regardless if it's online or in person.
Perfect.
I like how we talked about explosive diarrhea with Taco Bell, and the next thing you said was out the wazoo. So,
Sounds good.
So,
All right. Well, on that note, let's wrap it up, and we'll see you all next week.
All right.
Tap it before you tap it. Bye.
Yep. And thanks for your coming. And like I always say, haters gonna hate, gamers got a game.
Bitches be bitches.
Laters!
Good night, everybody.